Hey guys, welcome to the Testing Academy. My name is Pramod and welcome to the Jenkins Mastery for Software Testers, guys. So this is very important series. This is going to be a very important series where we will be covering Jenkins as a from the point of view as a software tester. Okay, so this is especially for the software tester who are basically want to learn Jenkins. Okay, and even if you are, this is applicable for freshers, this is applicable for software developer also, but most of the time we will be executing the software testing related projects. But most of the concepts, about 99% of the concepts, are similar for software development and other roles. Okay, so first of all, this is like a part one of the series, and this is going to be a long series where we will be covering number of concepts in the Jenkins. And trust me, this series is very important. I'll tell you, I just want to give you a few points. If you are a fresher, Jenkins is important because eventually you will learn the CI/CD pipeline, which is basically continuous integration, continuous delivery, and you have to know the Jenkins, which is right now uh, almost most of the organization even in product as well as in MNCs are using it. So you have to know it. It will be great to add Jenkins knowledge into your resume because people expect this CI/CD tool or automation server tool in your resume. You should know it, right? This is like a second reason. If you are experienced person, you are doing manual testing, or if you're a developer who don't know about Jenkins and all, this series should be. This is for you guys because I'll explain you step by step how and different things works in Jenkins and why we need it. What are the major advantages? How to create different type of jobs and how to run your projects. And you can help get the reports out of it. You can share the reports, trending failures, or your development related things on Jenkins. Okay, so let's discuss in this video why we need to learn Jenkins as a software tester. All right. This Let me make myself little smaller. Okay. Okay, so why we need to learn Jenkins as a software tester? Let's jump to the next, right? So this is agenda for this. I will explain you what is Jenkins also, and I'm going to show you one quick demo also by running a simple example. Okay, what is Jenkins? Oh, so Jenkins, if you know, this is the official website of the Jenkins, which basically says that build great things at any scale. Okay, and it's basically a leading open source automation server. Okay, and if you say it's an open source automation server which enables the developers around the world to reliably build, test, and deploy their software. Right. So basically, let me give you this example as a normal way. For example, I have created one application. It's basically a form application where I have to fill a form and I have to submit it. Now, and this is actually getting deployed on production, right? So I don't want to every time I have a particular Git commit. For example, I hope you already understand what is Git commit. If you don't, suppose I have changed something in my code and I want to test it and I want to basically push that into the production. I don't have to do it manually. There are automation server, there are application available which can do it for you. So whenever there is a change in your code and when you're confident that this code is working, you push that code to the using Git, right? And that Jenkins will automatically build and deploy to your production server, and you can see the directly changes. So it's an automation server which can help you to build, test, deploy to stage or any kind of a production environment. Okay, so that's the simple example. All right. So this is the diagram which basically explain everything, which is you are committing a change. Committing basically means you are adding that, okay, these are my final changes. Now I want to see this application running. It will build for you. It will test for you. You can add test cases also. You can go to stage or you can deploy. Okay, awesome. Right. So what is Jenkins? Which let me explain you in a simple way. Okay. Suppose in a tester, this is just a tester point of view, similarly available for the developer also. Suppose we have created a Selenium automation scripts for regression, and now in developer point of view, you have created an application that you wanted to test. Okay, so a software tester has created a Selenium automation script for regression. Now to run the scripts, someone has to manually trigger, right, every time. For example, I want to run it on 7th day. I want to run it daily. I want to run after 1 hour. I have to do it manually, right? But this is where Jenkins comes in. Jenkins can be set up on any machine, any cloud or any machine. You can set it on this machine also. We're going to set it up, right? And you can run your automation server based on triggers. Okay, so trigger can be time or commit message or anything, that it can be any trigger. So Jenkins builds can be scheduled and run on daily basis, and this is where Jenkins basically automate the automation process. Okay, so it will be helpful for you in this case. Now, let me give you a very simple example of Selenium that I am basically giving you. For example, we are dev right now as an automation, right? We have pushed our code. Jenkins will see. It will see, okay, it is a Maven project. I hope you understand Maven. It's just a build tool, and it basically contains a test framework, which is TestNG. Now it will trigger the Selenium and it will run the test cases. Okay, and so this is what we do. Now let's jump to the original question, right? Which is basically why we need Jenkins now. So you can run your automation test suite. Similarly, as a developer point of view, you can basically run your development, your whatever the code that you are pushing, you can run that. You can run you can use more web. Basically, you can run your automation suite in web and mobile. It supports. You can add slaves. You can add slaves. Slave basically means that it's basically a parent are connected to the child. Now you can scale up your application, so you can basically delegate which job where you will use. For example, I want to run Selenium on this machine. I want to run my development related task on either another machine. I want to run my some other task, mobile related task on third machine. So I can scale that also. I can use slave concepts on this case. You can see trends, detailed failure, everything on Jenkins. You can basically see reports. You can send email notification after the build. You can do API monitoring. So there are number of things that you can do with Jenkins. So it is very, very important. That's what I'm continuously saying. If you are fresher, if you have 3-4 years experience, even if you have 7-10 years of experience, if you don't know Jenkins, start learning it as a software tester, even as a developer. Okay, so this is it. Let's see the demo. Okay, so let me open this. So this is Jenkins. It's how it looks like. Okay, so right now I have set up one project, which is Selenium Java project. Okay, this project basically opens a google.com and basically fetches the title, which is simple automation script that we have done. Okay, so this is the dashboard of Jenkins, which looks like, and we have lots of options. Right now I am logging as an admin. If you see, right, so this is the this is me. I am logging as an admin. How to install the Jenkins, how to basically manage users, how to do anything that we will discuss in the next video. Okay, this is just a demo that I'm showing you right now. Awesome. So these are the couple of options which are available, right? You can build the project right now. Okay, you can configure the project, you can change the settings, you can delete this project, you can see the HTML report, you can rename it, you can change, see the changes, what are the changes with this project, you can see the status, and you can basically back to the dashboard also. Okay, awesome, cool. So this is dashboard, and if you see right now I have only one job, which basically if you see it is basically says that last success 9 minutes ago I have run this job, last failure 21 hours. This is 13 seconds. What is the duration of this job? Okay, so let's quickly run this and I'll show you like how this works. So you can do a build now. Okay, so this is the project which is building right now. If you see 16 number is coming, and if you see this browser, right, which is basically Selenium test right now running. And okay, let me make it a little smaller. Okay, so now it's, if you go to this, if you click on this green icon, right, you will see console logs, all the logs. Okay, so we are logging as an admin, right, and these are this is a Maven project. If you see, right, we are running a POM XML, clean test, and a single XML file, and this was a test, and this was the test basically which was executed, and these were the results. Okay, and you can see the results here also. You can see on the HTML report what was the result. Okay, right, so all the setup I'm going to explain you step by step, but I'm just showing you right now. Let's rerun and let's see how this test looks like. Okay, so last time it was running behind the scenes, so that's why we are unable to see that. Okay, so it will open a URL quickly, and it will just execute some of the test cases, and that's it, right? And you can send this report, HTML report, to the email notification to your stakeholders. That's why Jenkins is helpful. Okay, so I hope this is clear now why we need Jenkins, and what is Jenkins actually. This is very important for your interviews. And in the next video, we'll cover a couple of other concepts, right? So I have like day 2, where we will basically installing the application on Mac, Windows, both of them. Okay. In the third day, I'll explain you like how to run it on run it on a Docker, right? In the third point 5, basically there are a couple of issues which basically we'll counter, we'll fix them. And fourth will be how to assign roles and create user, which is very important to learn in Jenkins. And I will explain you one of the important job, which is this job. This is called as a freestyle job right now. Okay, I'll explain you what is it. Okay, so I hope you have learned something in this video, and thanks a lot for watching. And please let me know any other topic that you want to learn in Jenkins in the comment section. And if you are excited, type excited, guys, because that will help the video or algorithm. Okay. And if you think this video is helpful for you, you can share with other people also. And make sure you give a like, thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. And we'll see you in the day 2, basically. Okay. Thanks a lot. This is your host. Okay, so let me tell you one important story. Okay, so when I have started my software testing career, right, I had nearly around 3 years of experience and have never worked with Jenkins before. And this was the first time I have joined a very new company. And the first task they have given me is to create a freestyle job and run our automation framework on that. They were running this automation framework using command line before, and they wanted to do it periodically. They wanted to run it on every day at 11 a.m. before, whenever we start our day, right? And trust me, I was very confused at that time. And I was just telling myself why I don't know Jenkins. I have 3 years experience as a software tester, right? And then I went to one of my friend who was a developer, and he said he also don't know at that point, because Jenkins is something which is basically related to an automation server, right? It's an automation server that we have discussed in the last video. And sometimes in other companies, you are working with very small companies where it doesn't require. Jenkins is not required. Automation servers are not required because we are running it manually, most of the things. Okay. But whenever you join a decent company, right? Whenever you join a company, product-based company, or sometimes an MNCs, Jenkins is very important. Trust me, guys. So that's what I wanted to tell you, that if you are a fresher, even if you are a 3 years experience or 5-year, 10-year, it doesn't matter. This is one of the skills of CI/CD that you should know. Okay. And in this video, I'm going to explain you how to install Jenkins on Windows, Mac. Ubuntu is very simple, so you can follow the same process. And I'm going to explain you one more important concept, which is what exactly is a freestyle job and how to basically configure it. Okay, so let's get started. Awesome. So this is the agenda, guys, which is running, installing Jenkins and running a Maven project, which I think you have seen previously also. Similar project that you can run. Maven is a build tool, right? You can run your development projects also. Right? Very similar commands we have seen. And we'll basically understand what is freestyle job. Okay. Okay, awesome. So how do I install this Jenkins on my Windows machine? So right now I'm in Windows. Okay. And what you need to do is just go to the jenkins.io/download. Okay. And select your operating system. For example, if you are on Mac, let me make it myself a little smaller. If you're on Mac, I think it is very straightforward. You have Brew installed already. Brew is an installer for a Mac, and you can basically fetch a Jenkins LTS, which is the latest version, and you can mention the version also if you want to. I prefer using this LTS. Okay, so let me jump to my Mac. Okay, and I have already installed it because I was showing you the demo at the day 1, right? So this is the command that you need to run. Let me show you again, which is brew install. I think this one, right? Install Jenkins LTS. Okay. So this command you have to basically run. And after you basically run this command, right, it will be automatically installed, and you will see some of the options to configure the Jenkins. So that I will show you in the Windows right now. Okay. So let's do one thing. Okay. So I have downloaded, if you want to download for Windows, I think you go to just Windows, right? And it will automatically download a MSI file. Okay, you can just cancel it because I have already downloaded. Let's go one by one. Click on this. Welcome to the wizard. You just have to click next. I'm going to explain. I'm going to use the same. Okay. Run as a local admin, not recommended, but you can do that as of now, which is not. Port number 88 is fine. Test port. Okay. Green signal. Everything works great. Okay. It's saying that I will be installing the Java SDK, JDK basically. Okay. No problem. There's no, and click on install. Awesome. So let's wait for a couple of seconds. Awesome. So let's understand this concept, which is basically what is freestyle job. Okay. So you are seeing this dashboard right now in Jenkins, right? And this is basically to create any kind of a new job. This is for managing people. This is build history, manage Jenkins, which is very important. Most importantly, all the global configuration or anything that you want like to do with Jenkins, right? It is here. Here are the couple of others, like creating a views. For example, you can create a views for your developers. You can create a view for testers. They have a different set of jobs, right? They want to run. So you can have that differentiation here. Those things. Okay. So let's understand what exactly is freestyle job first. Okay. So freestyle basically means that improvised or unrestricted. Okay. In a nutshell, it's just a typical job that you run. Okay. And it can be a simple command. It can be a simple sending a report. It can be a simple packaging of an application. It can be a simple running a Selenium test case. So freestyle can be anything. Okay. Pipeline. Whereas if you see a pipeline job, it basically a step-by-step process, right? Here in freestyle, we have unrestricted steps that we want to run. So let me give you a very simple example. So these are the steps in freestyles, right? So steps like there will be a journal information that you are adding, which source code management you are using. If you have a local source code available right now, in our case, it's local. You can and you can also fetch from the Git also. So that you can mention here. What is a trigger? For example, if you want to run it like 15 minutes, after 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, right? You can do that. Build environment, which is an environment. For example, you want to add which library, for example, Maven and Gradle, you want to add any environment variables that you would like to add, you can mention there here. This is build, where you will mention, right, which command you want to run. For example, if it is a Maven project, you will be running Maven clean test, right? And if it is a Gradle, you can run Gradle test, something like this. So those things you can mention. Post build action is basically what happens after you have, if you have run the Selenium project, right? You want to send email reports, or you want to basically show some Slack notification. If you want to publish a HTML report, you can mention in the post build action. Okay, so let's do this in a live. Okay, so this is the Jenkins dashboard. Right now I'm looking, so you can click on new item and let's do hello. Okay, this is the freestyle project that I'm doing. I'll just click it. Okay. And if you see, same thing, right? Description, hello to Jenkins. This is just a description, and there are a couple of bunch of options you can do. If it is a GitHub project, you can mention the URL here. You can discard the old builds if you want to. You can throttle this, and you can parameterize this, which is very important for, right? You can add different parameters to the project. For example, suppose you want to run a project where you will be mentioning URL outside. You want to pass it from Jenkins, right? You can do that here. So we'll understand this after probably in day 3, day 4. Okay, and we are not using any source code management. You can, if you are using it, you need to mention the Git repository and the Git username and password here. Okay, so that it will automatically fetch your repository from there. You can trigger it. For example, you can do a build periodically. If you have add 5 minutes, if you want to run 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or anything that you would like to add, you can do that. I'll give you one website, which is crontab.guru. Here you can get the exact, like when it will run, right? So you can change, for example, I'll just do this thing, and it will say that at 4:10 it will execute. Okay, so it will tell you exactly. So you can test it out your builds accordingly. And build environment, we don't want. Build step, we want to execute a Windows shell, right? Suppose right now. But right now, if you see our project, so we can run a Windows shell for a hello world. So Windows shell, if you know, we are just running it like a hello, right? I'm just saying a hello. And in post build action, you can publish a HTML report. You can do other things also, but this is just a simple project, right? That we are creating. So just click on save and click on build now, right? And it will build the project for you. And you will see it here. Click on this green icon and here, green basically means build is passing, finish success, and we have a hello. Okay, so let's create the Selenium project. Okay, after this, this will be again a freestyle project where we will be adding the Maven configurations. Awesome. So this is a Selenium project that we will be basically executing. Okay, so let's. Okay, I'm not able to type. Okay, now I'm able to. Okay, so this will be Selenium project. I'm just adding a description. Okay, there's no source code management, none. We don't want to trigger the build. There's no environment. We will basically add a top level Maven target. Okay, and here the basically how we want to run this project is basically clean test, and there's a particular file command that we want to use. Okay, give me 1 second. Awesome. So what you need to do is go to configure. Okay, so whenever, so you can add any description, like for example, this is a Selenium Jenkins. Okay, job. Okay, whatever it is. There is no source code management. Again, just reiterating, trigger we don't want. Trigger you can add also. For example, if you want to do it parallel, if you want to do after, so click on this question mark again, and you'll see some of the examples that you can add. For example, if you can do it like after 15 minutes, for example, this will every 15 minutes, right? This will run every 15 minutes. Let's copy this and just paste it here. So your Jenkins build will be executed after 15 minutes. Okay, paste. Let's do one thing. Instead of paste 15 minutes, let's make it by 2. Okay, so it will say it will run on 105, and the next it will run for the same date. I think it's just giving you some random example. Okay, let's do it 10 minutes. Okay, after 10 minutes it will run. Let's do it 5. Is 5 working? Yes, 5 working. Okay, so we have done it periodically. It will run after 5 minutes again, right? And let's go down. You can go directly to like begin build environment. Here we have added MVN, and this is our basically goal that we want to run. We want to clean the test. We are basically running a single.xml. Okay, so I have told you like you can download the code from here. Let me show you here. Go to this in the Jenkins folder, sdet.live/notes Jenkins folder. You can download this zip file. One thing you need to modify is this one, which is basically your own Chrome driver path. Exe is for Windows. Right now I'm showing you on the Mac, which is basically a little different. How you will download the Chrome drivers? Go to this website, download accordingly. First see which version you guys are using. Go to help section, go to about Chrome. I'm using 94, so I will be using 94. So 94, download it. You will see this link, zip file. For Windows you can download this, Mac you can download this. Mac with the M1 chip, which is different, you can download this. Linux you can download this. After this, just put them into a particular folder, right? For example, you can put it here and replace that from here, this directory. Okay, so this is a simple test case which we are running. We are basically setting up the driver. We are setting a Chrome driver, and here we are basically opening a test app of a Lambda test, and we are doing a couple of Selenium work, which is basically clicking some random icons, and after that we are just quitting it. That's it. Very simple, right? Awesome. Yeah. And so this is the command we need to use. We need to basically say run the test of single dot XML. Okay, which basically means if you see here, I have created one single dot XML, which basically run this file, right? And what is this file? This file I have explained you. Okay, so you need to chain these two things, which is basically your directory. That's it. Now Move back to the Jenkins. Go to advanced. Here you just need to enter your pom.xml file, where your pom.xml is there. In Mac, it's here. So I have set it up on Mac, similar thing that you can do on Windows also. And that's it. I mean, and click on save. Okay. Two things which are still missing, which is basically in your Windows, especially sometimes what will happen is MVN is not installed, which is Maven, right? Go to manage Jenkins, go to global tool configuration. Okay, click on this, and here click on add JTK, and here click on add and enter your username password and save it. Okay, go to Oracle website, create your free username and password, enter here, and it will install JTK. If you have not installed JTK, that's this is just for that. Okay. And how do you install Maven? Maven is free to download without any link. I mean, without any credentials. So go down. You can go to Maven installation, add Maven. Okay. Click on add Maven. Just name anything, for example, MVN2. Okay. And if you see, the test case is running, since we have done it periodically, right? Yeah. Okay. Make sure you click on this install automatically and click on save. Okay. I have done it already, so I'm not going to do that. I'll just click on leave. Okay. And here we have added periodically. Now configuration is done. So you can directly click on build now, and it will start executing it. If you see it, right? And it will basically open this URL. And it will run the test cases and everything works fine. Now, one more thing which is coming is HTML report. You can see the HTML report, right? How you can basically configure it. Again, you have to just go to dashboard and click on manage Jenkins. This is a plugin actually. So you need to install one plugin. Click on installed and you will see I have installed one. Where it is, HTML publisher. Go. Yeah, this one, HTML publisher. But if you don't see it, just go to the available tab. Go to available tab and just search for this HTML. You will see it. Okay. Click on it and install. Click on this install without restart, and it will be automatically available. And how to configure it? It's very simple. Just click on this. Click on configure. This is actually a post build action, right? After your build is done. So this. You can mention this directory where your test case results are coming. So here they are coming at this folder. I have named it test.html and this is coming, right? You can add more post build action like email notification. So you need to configure the email provider, and you can add like more post build actions like publish a JUnit report and a couple of other options which we'll discuss after this. Okay. So this was it. This demo I have shown you on the Mac. Similar, it will work on the Windows also. Here on Windows, similar things I have done, configuration, right? And if you see Selenium, I have added none. There is no trigger I have added here. MVN, same thing. And here you can give the pom.xml. In post build action, I have not added the HTML publisher. So let me show you how you can add that. Again, same thing. Manage Jenkins, go to your plugins. Where it is plugins. Not this one, plugins, right? Go to install and go to available because it is not installed, right? And here available, you will see a where it is. I think HTML publisher I have installed. Let me check. HTML publisher, where are you? Okay, so I think it's not installed. Available, where is the search icon? Okay, here it is, HTML publisher, right? Click on this, install without restart, and it will basically install it. If you see, right, last one, success, everything works great. Go to again, go to your job. Just add the go to configuration, and where you will see the reports, right? You need to just enter that thing like post build action, HTML, publish HTML report, add, and here you need to add the same directory where you will see the reports. Okay, so for example, in Mac, in configuration, I have added this. Similar you can do in the Windows, right? Just need to enter this and what is the name of your file that you want to open and save. Similar action in Windows also. Okay. So I hope this is clear, guys. You are able to run your test cases. You are able to understand what is freestyle. how to install it, and this was a quick demo. Okay, so let's similar thing we will be doing it with the Docker, which is very important to learn. Let's do it in the day 3. Okay, let me show you. So this is a day 3 where we'll be learning with Docker commands how to run the same Jenkins and same job. Okay, let's jump into the day 3. All right, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Hey guys, welcome to Testing Academy. My name is Pramod, and in this video, we are basically learning how to run your Jenkins on a Docker. First of all, let me tell you like why it is important to learn running Jenkins on Docker, right? Why it is important. So sometimes what will happen is you will be assigned a particular machine. Okay, for example, it's a 64 GB machine, right? And you want to install Jenkins on that machine, but Docker will basically help you to create a separate Jenkins container, right? Docker is basically, if you know, it's a basically container based system, right? And it will help you to have a container where you will be running only Jenkins, and you can attach as many as slaves on the same machine also. So if you are installing Jenkins in a with a Docker, right, it basically help you to scale more, and you can use you can basically use less resources to run your Jenkins, and you can basically delegate the most of the task to other slaves, right? So that's one of the advantage. And as a software tester, you should know how to do it. Okay, so let's learn in this video how to run Jenkins by using Docker. Okay. So guys, welcome to the series of Jenkins Mastery for Software Tester. This is a series where we will be learning about the Jenkins. We'll be basically mastering, and this is specifically for software tester or a developer who want to learn how Jenkins work and what are different type of job that you need to learn. Okay. First of all, to install Docker, I think it is very simple. You just need to go to this link, right? And let's jump into it. Okay, just download, copy this link, and you can download, for example, desktop for Windows. And if you are on Mac, you can download the Mac also, right? And it's a very step-by-step process. Directly just click, and you will be logged in. Okay, now you need to do two things, which is what you need to do. Let's jump into the Mac now. Okay, and yeah, awesome. Let me do a clear. Okay, now, okay, so first of all, you need to run one command which is called as docker pull. Okay, so when you basically, how do you check if the Docker is running? You will see this icon in Mac. Similarly, in Windows also, in your bottom right taskbar, you will see a small whale type icon where you will see Docker is running. Okay, now there are a couple of things you can do, which is basically go to Docker dashboard. It will open window like this. Okay, let me go back like this. Okay, so this is a Docker dashboard kind of a thing. You will see how many images that you have, any volume that you have mapped. This is for dev environment. And so if you see, I have pulled one which is called as Jenkins master, right? And right now it is not running. Okay, so let's go back here. First, you need to basically run this command, which is docker pull Jenkins and Jenkins. It will basically fetch the Jenkins image into your local directory, into your local. Okay, now what you can do is you can run this command, which is called which is Jenkins run, and you are basically mapping the ports, that our 8080 port and the container 80 port is mapped. We are mapping the 50,000 port also, and here we are mentioning that okay, we will be mapping the volumes. Why you need to map the volume? Because sometimes you need to have so anything which is present in container, it will be basically fetched from your own volume. So you can add plugins. So every time you open the Jenkins, it will open in the same state. Okay, so if you are not mapping the volume, it will basically create a new copy sometimes. So suppose you have deleted from your Jenkins on your Docker local Docker, right? So you will see that you will have a fresh Jenkins, which you don't want, right? So you must match the volume, or I would say must attach the volume also. Okay, so after mapping the volume, you have like number of commands that you can do. For example, I have used this command, which is docker run port number this, and I'm using a Jenkins master as a name. Volume I have mapped, so my document directory Jenkins demo is mapped to the Jenkins home, and this is the image that we want to run. Okay, to see the logs, you can use docker ps command and docker logs -m, and it's a very similar process that you will be running eventually. Okay, so again, if you see, so right now, if you do docker ps command, you will see there is nothing is running. If you so first you need to run is docker pull, right? And this thing, so it is already there, so it will be very fast for me. I'm just pulling it, so it's basically says okay, it's already present. And now I will be doing docker run command and this one, right? And it will start my Jenkins now. So it is basically saying that Jenkins master is already exist, right? So if you run this for first time, it will start the Docker with the name of Jenkins master. But since I'm already have it, so what I can do is I will go to Jenkins next dashboard, and I will see this Jenkins master available. I'll just click on this start button. Okay, click on this start button, and go to your URL, which is basically right. Before that, I have already opened the Jenkins from the local brew, right? I will be stopping it. So Jenkins, give me 1 second. Let me make myself a little smaller. Yeah, I need to use this command, which is stopping it. Stopping command. Stop command, right? First of all, I need to stop my local Jenkins because my Docker's Jenkins will be also starting, right? So let's restart it again. Restart, right? And it will be starting it. So again, we will go to localhost 8080 now, and it will be up in a second, right? Starting the Jenkins, and it will start the same Jenkins process. So when it will start, it will be again give you the same process. It will ask you initial password, which initial password you can see by running the first of all, you need to run a docker ps command, right? And you will see a container ID. Okay, and just copy it, and here you can run docker logs -f and just need to pass the container ID. Paste. Okay, and click on it, and you will see all the logs, and here in the logs you will see the initial password also presented. So these are the this is the log which is running for this Jenkins, right? And it is started now. Right, sign in. It will not work. We need to get the password first. Okay, so let me check if I have the password. I think this is local Jenkins password, so I think I probably have missed the Jenkins Docker Jenkins password, but let's give it a try. Give me 1 second. I think I should have somewhere. Give me 1 second. I'll just searching. I think this is it. Yeah, it is working fine. Okay, so how you can see that it's basically the first time when you run it, right? You will see it in the logs directly, that password. So make sure you note it down. So I am just noting it down again so that I don't lose it again. And so I can mention Docker Jenkins password. Paste. Okay. Wait, what is it? Okay, it is now available, right? So now similarly, you will see the same Jenkins available to you. We have a test job, right? That we can do build now. Similarly, you can add your Maven project. You can map the directory. Since this directory is already mapped, so if you see, this is this, and you can go to dashboard also to see this. Since the first time that we have run, right? If you see, this is mapped to this directory, which is Jenkins Docker and Jenkins demo file. So you can put your Selenium project in the same directory, and it will start executing the same thing again. Okay, And yeah, that was a quick demo about how to use it with the Docker. Okay, and if you see, our everything is working fine, I think. Console input, so our MVN is working, right? Hey guys, welcome to the Jenkins Mastery for the Software Tester series. And in this video, a very quick video, I'm going to show you if you are getting a error like MVN not found error. Okay, so agenda will be how to fix this MVN not found error in Jenkins. Okay, what is the problem statement? Problem statement is basically we are running a Maven project, but we don't have a Maven installed in our machine right now. And also where, for example, if it is installed in our machine, but Jenkins doesn't know about it, right? So that's what we want to do. And the solution is very simple. I'm going to show you first the problem statement. For example, this is a project where I have used one command. If you see, build environment, go to build, I'm using mvn clean test, right? This command is working on my parent, I mean in normal, if you see bash, but it will not, for example, if I do mvn command, right, it is working fine for me. But let's do one thing, let's run it on the Jenkins now, this build. Okay, no maven project, build now. And here you will see a error, cross error, and which basically said MVN not found, right? So this is happening because Jenkins doesn't know about the Maven is installed in your parent machine on. So what you can do is very simple. Go to dashboard, go to manage Jenkins, go to global tool configuration. So now you have to tell specifically to Jenkins where is your Maven installed, or if you don't have installed, where you have to use it. Suppose you are getting the same error with the JDK or Java not installed, you can use this function option, which is basically installing a JDK. You can name this, for example, I'm just naming it as a JDK only. You can pass the Oracle username and password, and you can create a free account and click on save. Similarly, go down, and here you will see a bunch of options, like you can give the name of Git also, you can give the add Gradle also, Ant also. So go to Maven installation, click on add, and make sure it is installed automatically. You can select, for example, let's Maven 2, right? And here you can mention which version you want to install. Okay, and click on save. That's it. Now what you need to do is go to dashboard and go back here, and here in no Maven we need to change the configuration now, right? So instead of running by using a execute shell, now we have a very interesting option which is directly running via top level Maven target. Okay, so now we can mention Maven 2, and here you can mention the clean and test command. Okay, and it will run, but you have to have a project, so you need to mention the pom.xml for this. Okay, where is your pom.xml? So let's do one. I think it is available somewhere. So for example, this is the project that we have. Okay, Jenkins Docker. Give me 1 second. Where is my, instead of Docker, let me get this from the another job. Okay, so again we'll open the localhost 8080. This is the job where we have added the exact pom.xml. I'm just gonna copy this right here. Go to this and here, right? Click on copy, and in the no Maven, we are saying that this is the project. Paste, right? And click on save. Now if you do a build now, it will run a clean build basically, right? Click on this. Let me cut back and let's click on this, right? And it will basically, if you run it for first time, it will install the Maven, and after that it will run the command. Okay, and let's wait for a few seconds. It will basically just installing the Maven, because we have given a Maven 2. That's why, because if you have selected the previous one, that was already installed and downloaded, so there is no need of unpacking in this case. But this is just a first time process where it will basically install. Okay, and if you see everything worked, there is a auto install of is accept is required. Basically our command is working fine, but the JDK is not working on this case, because JDK needs a username and password. So as of now, I'm gonna do one thing, go to global configuration and JDK installation. I'm gonna delete this. I don't want this as of now. delete the installation. Okay. Delete this JDK because my JDK is already installed properly on my machine, so there's no need. And I mean, it will run again if you see, right? Right now we have added specifically, go to configuration, right? And yeah, top. So you can select Maven also, and we are just running a clean build on this file, right? And just run it. So this is just a Maven goal we are running, which is Maven clean. That's it. And again, it's just failing. Let's see what is it is. It's just giving us a JDK error, but right now, if you see, it will pass just after some time. There's no need for that. Okay. So that was it. That was about it. And if you want to see directly, I think I have added here. Yeah. So Maven build, you can run it directly. Okay. So that was it, and it will fix that solution for you. Okay, so thanks a lot for watching this video. I hope that will solve your problem of ambient not found and JDK not found. You just need to enter the username password of JDK also, and it will automatically download and do it for you. Okay. Okay, so similar thing I am showing you in the Windows, which is here I have added the Maven now successfully. If you see Maven clean, and I have added the pom.xml also in the hello world. I have changed it. Now if you run it, and also JDK credentials I have added on Windows, so that's why it's working fine here. And you will see a success rate. Okay, so that was how to fix the ambient command.found. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you in the next video. If you are interested in learning full Jenkins, make sure you watch out the playlist section for this full video. We have covered lots of days. We have covered basically on a mission to Jenkins mastery for software tester. Hey guys, welcome to the Testing Academy. My name is Pramod, and in this video of Jenkins Mastery for Software Tester, we are basically going to learn how to manage access controls for your users. And so this is actually very important. Many times you need to create different users for example, if you have like 3 jobs, okay, and there are 2 jobs which are basically should be run by only developers, and there is a 1 job which is always run by testers because it's a Selenium test, and there are dev related jobs which you want tester don't run, right? So how you can create a new users and assign proper role in Jenkins, that you should learn, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can do that. Okay, so as a software tester, this is very important, and even if you are a developer or a fresher, right, this is the very important information that you should know how to basically manage your users as well as roles in Jenkins. All right, so let's get started. Awesome. Okay, so agenda for this is basically we're gonna create a couple of users, and we're gonna assign them a different jobs, right? We're gonna assign the different access for these jobs. Okay, so developer can access only developer related jobs. Testers can access only the tester related jobs. So that's what we gonna do. Okay, and I think solution is very pretty known. Most of the people already know about it, which is called as role-based strategy plugin. So we need to add one Jenkins, which basically allow us to do that. Okay, and if you go through this role-based strategy, what you need to do is just you need to change first of all you need to install this plugin. So there are a couple of ways. The easiest way is to go to your Jenkins settings and just install it from the marketplace available. Or second one will be just downloading this plugin and basically upload that plugin into your Jenkins, which is another option. And after that, you just need to basically give the permission for this plugin, which is basically going to manage Jenkins and manage global security screen. And after that, you will see this grid, which basically allow you to create permissions, and you can assign the different users also. Okay, so let's jump into the demo. Let's see practically how we can do it. Okay, and I am right now available here with my project. Okay, so this is the Selenium project that we were working on. Let's do one thing. Let's quickly run this project again and see what's happening with this our project. And if you see right now, I'm logged in as a admin 2 user. I'm not an admin, I'm admin 2. Okay, and if you see right now, we are getting some errors, but that's fine. That's fine because we are basically right now managing the we are working on the managing the access. Okay, So first of all, you need if you have access to the Jenkins, you should be admin for this, because you are basically creating a new user and providing some roles. So that's why you need admin access to do this, whatever that I am doing. You have to go to manage Jenkins. First of all, we need to install the plugin. The step one is plugin. So go to your manage plugin. I think this is easy, right? And we're gonna search for this role-based authorization. We're gonna copy this and go to available, right? And we're gonna search for this, right? And I have just done control find and I'm able to see. You just need to click this install without restart. Okay. I'm just gonna take a couple of seconds to do this. Yeah. So I think it's available now. Now it's basically saying go to manage Jenkins and allow this in the manage global security screen. Okay, so go to manage Jenkins and which one was this? Global security screen. Global security screen. I think configure security is talking about. Let's go there. Click on this and give me a second. Yeah. Okay. In authorization passed, right now, if you see, we have logged in user can do anything. We're gonna do this like role-based strategy. Okay. And we're gonna say save. Okay. So first of all, let me do one thing. Let's go to manage Jenkins and you will see there are option to manage users, right? I have created two users, which are dev and tester. Okay. So there are two users right now available, which is dev and tester right now. And there is another user, which is called as admin2, right? Which is me right now, if you see. And here, if you basically go to configure of this user, you can change the name description. You can see the API token if you want to generate, right? So this is the API token which is generated. This is the email ID. Right now, there is no default view. I will explain the concept of default view. You can change the username, basically the password also. If you want to add any public key to fetch some GitHub repos or something like this, right? You can add a public key also. You can terminate all the sessions also, and you can save apply. So similarly, Jenkins, right now we have 3 users available, right? Go to dashboard. Now we're gonna assign developer roles to, we're gonna assign some of the rules, right? So go to manage and assign role. And here you'll see the manage roles, right? Okay. So right now, if you see, we have admin, which has all the access. If you see, right, in the global roles, you can see it is administrator and it can do anything. And we need some of the roles. So let's create one role, which is developer. There is a one role called as a developer, and there are some tester related also. And there is something called as read users. So they can only read most of the jobs. That's it. So there are 3 types of roles I have created. There are developer. Okay. So developer basically, and there is a tester, there are read users. Okay. So if you see, developers can basically create a job, they can create it or they can delete it, they can discover it, they can move it, they can read it. Okay. Also, you can add like multiple things. They can of course view it. So view required, we require view, all of them. You can give it a try, like which one is beneficial for you, like lockable, reserve, view, right? And for job point of view, read user can only basically, they can't create the job, they can view, so they can configure also. So right now what I'm doing is they can build the job, read user can build the job, they can cancel it, they can configure it, they cannot create it. Okay. They cannot delete it, they can discover it, they cannot move it, they can only read it, and the workspace they will have access to it. Okay. Testers, I think we need access for testers, we require access for everything. So this is just a global level configuration. So what we are doing here is that basically developers cannot do administrator related tasks like create these roles, or basically Jenkins related properties, right? They can't do. But if we go by job related, there is an agent related also, whenever you add some agents or slaves, right? So this is it. Here we'll just provide everything for job level for developers, but only for the read users, I have basically made that they cannot create, delete it, or move it. Okay. Workspace so they all have. Okay. And that's it. And hit save. Okay. right? Okay, so I have added two more users, which are devs and tester, because we have created two users, right? Dev and tester. Developer should have a developer access. Tester should have a tester access, right? And there is another user I'm gonna create, which is read, right? And they only have a read access now. Okay, so that's what I have added. So now if you see, we have developer admin, this is admin 2, which has all the access. Anonymous, they will also have a read access as of now, but you should not do it. Read users will have only read users. Testers have testers. Dev have dev roles. That's it. Okay. And here you can also add a couple of other like node roles and other things. Okay. So let's do a save quickly. Save. Okay. So you can create a new view also. For example, if you go to new view, you can enter, for example, read user. Click on list view, and read user will have, like, for example, they have all the access for the jobs, right? And if you see right now, I'm admin, so I can see all of them. For example, dev users, if you log in as a dev, if you have a dev user access, you will see only hello world and hello, which are dev related jobs. If you go to tester, you will see only Selenium related job. Read will have all the access. Okay, right. And here all jobs. Okay, that's all now. So let's do one thing. Let's basically create a read only user also. So go to your manage user, click on create user, right? And here we'll mention just it's a read. Password is again read. Everything is read. Just for dummy purpose. Okay. Okay. Email address read at the rate. Okay. Awesome, right? So now what you can do is click on this, and if you see here, right, dev, their default view is dev by default. Let's say dev. I think dev should exist, right? Default view, there's no okay, there is no default view as of now. Okay, no worries. Okay. Let's go back. Okay, awesome. So what we need to do is, first of all, let me give you very simple funda on this. You have to first manage the roles, and then you have to assign the roles. Okay. So what I have done, let me show you how this is done. So first of all, I have created users. Okay. So admin. So there are two roles, important roles. Okay. We have two roles, which is admin role. Either you are an admin, either you are a user. Okay. So if you are asking me that, okay, developer is logging and tester is logging, they are users, right? And administrator can be a different person. So right now what I have done is, there are two admin who have access to everything, which is I am admin too, and there are users. So users can be a developer, can be a tester. They only have a read access. Okay. And they also have a view access by default. Okay. So that's what I have added. Another thing that I have added is that there is a two roles after that I have created. Okay. So two roles now. These are global roles, if you know. Okay, so globally we have admins and users, right? And after that, within this global roles, I have two more roles, which is developer or testers. So if you are a developer, I have added you will always have access to these hello jobs. Basically, you can add another one, for example, read, and you can mention like hello dot star. Okay, and click on add. And if you click on this, it will say which job is matching. So hello dev is matching, right? So read users, if you see, I can only say that, okay, read whenever you have a read role, you are not, you can be any user. For example, it can be any user, but they can only so let's say they can only run the job. That's it. They can only run the job and nothing else. Okay, but they will always have access to this job only, not this one. Okay, so Selenium related jobs which are there, for example, Selenium tester related job, they will not have access to this. Okay, so this is now you have created. So again, let me reiterate with the example. We have admin, we have users, right? So this is very important. And users basically have access to overall use authentication, and they have access to view also. Cool. And now I have created three roles. With three roles are basically, these are two roles. Actually, we have developers and testers, right? Now whatever the users I have, for example, I have developer, testers, and read users, right? Three users I have, U1, U2, and U3. This U1 I have to assign to developer, U2 I have to assign to tester, and read 3 I can assign to read. Okay, how I can assign this? It's very simple. Go to manage Jenkins again, manage assign roles. Okay, now you are assigning the roles, right? And it's very simple, right? You have to just add the developer, tester roles. You have to just add the roles. So developer is a user, tester is also a user, so all are user. Admin 2 is the only admin here. Okay, anonymous, we are basically not doing nothing. And in the item roles here, you are basically adding those permissions, which job they have access to. So I have added one user, developer. Dev is a user and they have access to dev related jobs. Tester who have a test related jobs only. Okay, you can add one more thing, which is read, and there is no third one as of now we have added. So basically it's now not populated as of now, but if it is there, you can select that. So for example, read, they have access to both, suppose, and click on save. Now what you will see is the magic. So right now if you see admin have access to both of the jobs, right? That's very simple. Now let's log in as a dev. Okay, so dev username password are same, dev. And if you see, they only have access to dev, hello dev, right? They can build only hello dev, that's it, right? And now let's log in with the tester. Okay, give me 1 second. Tester, right? Tester is tester, and tester will only have access to the Selenium project, that's it, right? So that's how you can define, right? Admin and user. Within user, you have developer and tester roles, and those roles you have assigned to dev username and test username. That's it, we have assigned. Okay, awesome. Now I'm back with the admin. I hope that is clear now. So this is very simple. Again, just reiterating with the example again. Let me reiterate. We have first of all admin and user. Admin have all the access. User have only user access, which is basically logging in and viewing the job and running it. Okay. Now I have created two roles, which are developer and testers, right? And I have two users also with the name of developer and tester. So developer is assigned to developer role. Tester is assigned to the tester job. So whenever you log in as a developer, you will see developer related role, which basically is only jobs with the hello dev name. If you are coming with the tester, you will only see with the job which has Selenium in it. Okay, that's it. I hope that is clear. I hope that makes sense. This was all about the managing the roles and the users in the Jenkins. Hey guys, welcome to the Testing Academy. My name is Pramod and welcome to the series of Jenkins Mastery for Software Testers. Today we are going to discuss about the 19 important plugins that you should know as a software testers. And these plugins, trust me, I have used it personally, most of them, and they will help you a lot while working with Jenkins. Okay, so if you are a software tester, fresher, or anyone who is learning about Jenkins, right? They should know about these plugins, and these plugins are definitely helpful, and a couple of them are, I think, mandatory to use, kind of, because you will be eventually required to use it. So specifically as a software tester, there are a couple of plugins which are like mandatory to use, so which we're gonna discuss, okay, one by one. So let's jump into it. Let's see what are these important plugins. Okay, so the first one, I think, a role-based authorization strategy plugin, which I have discussed earlier also. And if you go to this URL, right, and you will see how you can do it, how you can basically install. If you don't know how to install plugin, I think it's very simple. Go to your go to your Jenkins as an administrator. Go to manage Jenkins, and you will see a manage plugin here, right? And here, what you can do is you can search it. Go to available, and here you can search basically any plugin that you want to do install. Okay, just click on anyone and install without restart. That's the easiest way. So role-based authorization basically is helpful to providing you a couple of things. Like in the last video we have discussed, right? For example, developer have access to developer related jobs, tester have access to the tester related jobs. So that's how they can basically manage, right? So that is where it is helpful. Second one, which is my favorite, which is rebuilder plugin. Rebuilder plugin will basically help you to rebuild the project with the same parameter as a last one. So suppose you are testing a particular a job, right, of a Jenkins job, and now you are whenever you run it again, it will ask you the default, it will give you the default parameters, right? But in the probably you have modified the parameter in the last build, right? So you want to reuse the same one, so you can use this rebuilder plugin, right? And I have already installed it, but right now I don't have any parameter for this job. But again, what you need is instead of doing a build now, you just need to click on the rebuild. It will rebuild the last. It will just click on this rebuild last, and it will automatically build the last build with the same parameters, right? This is very important, and trust me, it will be very, very helpful for you guys for a long term. Second one, I think third one is basically test result analyzer, and this plugin, especially for the software testers, it is helpful to analyze your failed test cases and the patterns, basically. So if you go to your Jenkins, right, and if you see the test result analyzers, right, right now you will not see data as of now. But if you suppose you have like for failed test cases, for example, in this, right, you have failed test cases 5 past test cases, right? So these are if you see, these are different builds. So what different builds are here, right? And you will see what is the test case and what is happening to those test cases. So you can analyze the trends also, right? Which is very, very helpful. So that's why I would highly recommend for any software tester to install this test result analyzer, right? I think Slack notification, which is self-explanatory. We all are using Slack. And after, if the build is successful, if build is failing, we want notification on Slack, right? So you can install this by going to this link, right? Which is Slack notification. You can modify how you want to basically see the results, right? You can see results in a couple of other formats or couple of other. So basically they will give you these options, right? You just need to install it as a Jenkins in your Jenkins, and you just change the configuration and it will be helpful. Another one, which is basically my favorite, which is browser stack plugin. So if you guys are using any cloud service for cross browser testing or cloud service for your Selenium grid, right, you can definitely need to install browser stack. It will take care of your credentials, it will take care of your local testing, it will take care of your cross browser testing. So all this stuff, again, it's a plugin is free, but browser stack accounts will cost you around. Okay, next one, I really like this one, which is green balls. So whenever you run any test case, right, you will see right now green tick and cross, right? But if you suppose you want to change it with the balls, by default, older version of Jenkins were used to whenever there was a build success, they show basically they generally show you the blue color mark, which basically means it build a success. But people wanted that it should be a green ball, right? So they wanted to see it. But right now, if you see updated ones, there's a tick and cross, so you can change again with the green balls if you want to. Okay, again, it's just a productivity one, nothing more helpful. Mailer plugin, I think this is self-explanatory. If you want to send your report, you can install this. It will basically send the report to anyone. You can for example, if you have a test account, from that account you want to send the report to your stakeholders like your manager or anyone, right? You can use this plugin for this. Jira, second one is Jira, which is self-explanatory if you want to raise bug, and there are a couple of other features which are available in this plugin which will helpful for you guys, especially as a software tester. Docker plugin, I think when you are doing some advanced stuff, whenever you are working with Docker, you need this plugin. This is like a mandatory plugin when you are working with Docker. You need to add your SSH keys, you want to create some clouds and any other URL configuration, right? This will be helpful for you guys. Awesome. Right. So there are now I have a list of like a couple of more bonuses, which are basically environment injector. This is a plugin. Basically, suppose you want to inject some of the environment variable. For example, it can be your browser stack keys, it can be your URLs, it can be your credentials that you want to inject, right? You can use this plugin. Parameterized trigger, if you want to use based on the parameters, what will happen to the build, you want to do that, you can use that. Pipeline build step, whenever we are building the pipeline related jobs, this will be very helpful. I'm going to show you the demo of most of them in the future videos. Credential bindings, EC2, I think Amazon EC2, whenever we are using dashboard view, is for if you want to see properly how your status of your different jobs looks like, you can create a dashboard view in this case. Build pipeline, multi-job plugin. Multi-job plugin will basically help you. For example, I'm a tester. I am running a Selenium job for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 feature. I have different jobs. I can combine them in a single job. That is where it is multi-job is helpful. Git, I think it's by default most of the time installed. There is a timestamper which basically add a timestamp to your console log in your Jenkins. And there is another one which is called as view job filters, and this is mostly helpful for your productivity. Okay, so I hope this video was helpful, and I have basically listed out more than 19 add-ons, or you can say plugins for the Jenkins, which are helpful. This slide is available on the sdet.live/notes. You can download this and you can play around with these plugins. I hope I have already shared how to install it in the previous videos. So if you are new to this channel, please make sure to give it a subscribe and a like to this video. And if you want to learn about Jenkins and other stuff like API testing, Selenium, or any other thing related to software testing, do check out the playlist section of Testing Academy. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I'll see you in the next video where we'll be exploring more about the Selenium and Jenkins, right? Thanks a lot. Hey guys, welcome to the Jenkins Mastery for Software Testers, and welcome to Testing Academy. My name is Pramod, and in this video we are basically whatever the project that we are running, right? The previous project was Selenium test cases that we are running on Jenkins, but that was local, right? Now what we will do is we will basically fetch it from the GitHub repo. I'm going to add a couple of other configurations also in this video. All right, so watch till the end. You will able to understand what are the different things that you should know also for the Jenkins, and what are the different couple of things we'll be modifying it, and you will learn a lot on this. Okay, so let's get started. Awesome. Okay, so till now what we had is that we had a project, right? If you have seen this project basically, but it was running from a local file, right? And we had a local project at that time. But what we will do is that right now what I have done is I have pushed this code, if you have seen, to a GitHub repo, right? How to do it? It's very simple. I would suggest a very simple way. Download the repo first. You can download the code. You can download the code by directly going to this. Go to the sdet.live/notes. Okay, so you can create your own repo also. So you don't have to use my public repo. Go to Jenkins tutorials, right? And go to projects and resources, right? You can download this test code. Okay, and basically you can put them into a particular folder, and after that what you need to do is go to your, for example, give me 1 second. Yeah, go to your GitHub repo. You can create a free account on github.com. okay, you can click on start a new project, and here you can mention, okay, so this is my Java test, suppose test project. Okay, and you can make it like a public and create a repo around it. Okay, now since this is already a created project, right? So you need to follow a couple of different methods. Okay, so what are the different commands? I'm going to show you like how you can do it. So I have already done it, and let me show you what are these commands. Okay, so what you need to do is go to your directory. So this is where my project right now, which is D project, and this is the project, right? You need to basically initiate a repository, okay, which is basically git init, right? And after that you just need to set the URL. I'm going to show you one command, which is basically, give me 1 second. Here you need to set the URL origin. Okay, so this is your URL. This is your unique URL, right? You need to set it like git remote set URL origin, and after that this is your URL, okay, that you need to enter. And when you click on it, your repository will be automatically set. Okay, and after that what you need is you just need to do a couple of more things, which are basically clear. Let's be clear. You just need to get add dot, which will basically add everything, and you just need to do git commit -m and put a particular message, right? For example, it can be anything. So right now I'm not doing it, I'm just showing you the step-by-step process. After that you just need to git push origin, and the same command actually. You need to basically use git branch, and you just need to put you are pushing it to main directory, main branch. If you are not using -u, it will ask you for username and password. Just enter the username password and you will see the push code here. It's very similar to this. Okay, now what you need to do is so basically we'll be using this one, and let's do one thing. Let's go to our Jenkins again. We're gonna create the project again. Okay, so this will be Selenium from GitHub. Okay, now and this will be a freestyle project, and click on OK. Right, here we'll enter the hello again, and this is a GitHub project, so I'm just gonna write the project URL and source code management, which is very important. Now you will get it from the repository URL. Okay, now since this is a public repo, it's basically saying you green and it is not giving you any kind of error. But suppose it's a public it's a private repo, then you need to add a user here. So go to advanced, and here you need to add the credentials also. So if you click on this question mark in the manage Jenkins, there is a git. Let me show you where you can add. So you need to add the username password of your GitHub account so that it can fetch if it is not a public repo, right? Go to manage Jenkins, go to global tool configuration, right? And here, yeah. So here you need to add, for example, this git is adding, right? So you need to add credentials somewhere. Give me 1 second. I'll just show you where it is. Manage Jenkins. So there are credentials you need to add somewhere. Configure system, configure global security. Let's go there. Go back. All right. So you just need to go to dashboard configuration. Basically, this is here, right? You can directly go to /configure, right? And here, just go down and you will see whenever you do Jenkins, right, it will ask you which username that you want. For example, global credentials, username and password, right? Here you will enter your username, your password, and click on add after that. Okay, but right now if you see we have a public repo, so we don't need any username password. Okay, so we'll go again GitHub from here, configuration, right? So we have successfully added the GitHub repo. So now our source code management is there, right? This one, let's add it and click on apply, right? Our branch is main. This is very important because if you see here, we have a main branch, not a master branch, which is important, right? Trigger build, we don't want to trigger the build. There's another option which is GitHub hook trigger for a GitHub SCM plugin. If you click on this, you will see, note that this is going to be expensive operation for users. Every poll requires Jenkins to scan the entire workspace and verify with the server. Consider setting it as a push trigger to avoid the overhead. So basically, if I'm not wrong, it basically means that whenever you push something, right, whenever you push a commit or something, this build will be automatically triggered in that case. Okay, so that you can do. So right now we are not doing it. We are just adding it the repo. Invoke the top level Maven, right, that we want to do here. Our project is clean test. We're going to mention the -t suite is equal to single .xml, right? And post build action we don't want to do as of now. Let's test it out if everything works fine or not. Go to build and build now. Okay, so now it's going to access, it's basically going to download. See, it's going to download from this repository now. So we don't have to map local servers or anything like this. Now our code is getting fetched directly from the GitHub repo, and now it is running the test suite, loading the URL. I think it's working fine, right? It's doing the behind the scene, and build is success and everything works fine. So now you will see another important thing, which is workspace, right? So your workspace will be available now, and here you will see some of the, if you go to target, right, you will see Surefire reports, which you can directly see, right? Emailable report. So this is an email report that you can see. Now what we will do is we will configure this report also. So let's copy this, right? And go to configuration. We want to see in a HTML format, right? So this is at the Surefire emailable report, right? So here, go to the post build action. This is a post build action, right? Add HTML report, add report, right? So it's basically asking which directory it is. And suppose we have done it like this. So this will be like WS workspace, target, right? And emailable report. So we need to test it out because sometimes at the first it doesn't work. Mostly you have to mention like from your repo, it's WS target. So this one you have to copy this whole thing and basically paste it here. Which directory? It's a directory, right? So you have to remove the HTML file which you have mentioned that here, and click on save. Awesome. So let's do the build now again, and let's see how it goes. So right now we have successfully added the GitHub. We are successfully able to fetch it from the GitHub repo, right? Now we are just running it, and we have already set up the HTML publisher also. So build is success. So there is a failure that target Surefire report doesn't exist. Okay, so let's see which directory it basically wants. So it's basically selecting target Surefire report doesn't exist. Okay, let's check again. In the workspace, we have target Surefire reports and email reports. It exists, but I think there's some error. So let me fix it. Okay, so that error is fixed now. So basically you don't need to add WS in this case. Okay, so you just need to add till WS. It knows about the path. So you just need to add target and Surefire report and your emailable report. Click on save. Now if you run it and if you see the HTML report, click here, right? You will see the reports available back, right? And there's another plugin that we have added which is called as test result analyzer. You will start seeing the data here after some time. Right now it's not available, so there is no failing test right now, but you will see and there is another plugin I think we have added in the last video that we have explained, rebuild last. It will automatically rebuild the last. If you see, right, it is already starting building it, so we don't have to click again and again. I don't have to provide, just click on rebuild. It will rebuild with the same parameters that you want. So right now our test automation are running fine, and we are successfully able to publish the reports, right? So from GitHub it's working fine, right? And here are the information. So this document you will be able to find in the same sdet.live/notes, right? Here you will find this document in the Jenkins, basically in the Jenkins folder, in the Jenkins tutorial, right? You will see how to push to the GitHub repo. There are a couple of steps that I have already mentioned that you can do, right? So make sure you give it a try, and I hope you are able to understand this, and you are able to add the GitHub repo and run your project successfully, right? So this is a very practical stuff that I'm giving you. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video where we will be basically doing more stuff with the our automation framework. All right, we have successfully added Git. Now we have successfully added HTML. We will basically add Slack notification, email, and other important stuff like parameters and other type of jobs. We will be basically going to learn in the upcoming videos. Okay, so make sure you watch it, and if you are interested in learning the previous, like what is Jenkins and other things, make sure you watch the full tutorials around it. Okay, thanks a lot. This is your host Pramod, and thanks for watching the Testing Academy. Bye. Hey guys, welcome to the Testing Academy. My name is Pramod and welcome to the Jenkins Mastery for the Software Testers. In this video, we are basically going to convert our freestyle job into the pipeline job. I'm going to explain you step by step what exactly is a pipeline job and how you can basically take and help from a pipeline syntax generator to create your job stages, right? And I'm going to give you a couple of more resources, and we will be creating a live demo, a live pipeline job in front of you, especially for the software testers, because they have to run like Selenium project or any kind of a Maven project that you want to run, right? So in this demo, I'm going to show you all the things. Okay, so let's get started. Awesome. Let me make myself a little smaller, guys, and let's first understand little theory, guys. We just need to understand like what exactly is a Jenkins pipeline. Let me pull up my marker, right? First of all, what is Jenkins pipeline? Jenkins pipeline, if you see, is basically a suite for plugin which supports implementing and integrating a continuously delivery into the Jenkins, right? If you read this definition, you will not able to understand. I think this is what my personal point of view, but this is like a simple one, which where if you see Jenkins pipeline, it's just a simple text file which is known as Jenkins file, where we have basically written like what is the step that you want to follow, right? It's basically a serial process that basically you're mentioning that okay, this is a step 1, this is a step 2, this is a step 3, this is a step 4, and these can be different. For example, it can be build step, it can be a test step, it can be deploy step, it can be publish report step, it can be basically sending the notification step. So this can be different stages that basically we are talking about, right? So pipeline is nothing but pipe by pipe your stages or your tasks that you want to do, and they are basically resides under the Jenkins file. That's very in a very simple terms I have explained to you. Okay, and yeah, done. Okay, okay, so why pipeline is needed? If you see, pipeline Jenkins is fundamentally an automation engine. It's basically an automation server that you want to run, right? So by introducing the pipeline, you are basically have an access to the code. You have durability, you can pause it, you have versatile and extensibility. I mean, there are a couple of points, and let me tell you in a very realistic manner, right? If you have any kind of a freestyle job, so let's compare it with the previous job, right, which is freestyle job. We had like couple of steps which are basically added by Jenkins itself, right? But suppose I have a different things. For example, first of all, I need to set up my environment. After that, I need to run my test cases, and after that I have to publish it, I have to do notification, I have to do send the reports. These all the things I have to automate. Now I don't have a very good mechanism or a very flexible mechanism in the freestyle job, right? So that's why I'll go with the pipeline job, where I can add my own stages, I can add my build step, I can add my deploy step, I can add my test step and other things, right? And I can do by with code, I can do with I can have more durability, I can pause the builds between them and see what's happening. I can extend it, like if I want to add new stages also, I can do that, right? So these things are basically are kind of a feature for this pipeline. Okay, and I hope I know it's doesn't make little sense, but I'll show you the practical demo. Like, let's see a practical demo how pipeline looks like. Okay, so this is a very simple pipeline which is called as hello pipeline, right? And if you go to the configure section, and let's do a build section, right? It just said build the master branch, that's it. Okay, and if you go to this pipeline, right, here you will see this script, which is pipeline script which is running, right? You can run it from the source code also. Source code SCM basically means you can run it from GitHub or anything, like if you have this script available in GitHub, or you can directly run the pipeline script. And this is the structure of a pipeline script. It basically says, let me explain you like in a very simple way. It's basically saying that okay, agent basically means which node you want to run. So node, as of now we don't know, because we haven't. Means that this is the parent Jenkins, and you can have a certain nodes where you can delegate the task, right? So I can have another machine where I can run my Selenium test cases, right? So this node is basically attached to this machine, so I'm saying it will run on any as of now, but I can specifically mention this script should be run on a particular machine also. So that way, so you will change those things here. Stages, so you in the staging, I'm saying the first stage is example, and basically I'm saying that hello world and whatever the branch you have given. So this is like a batch kind of a command that I have mentioned here, right? So this is very simple pipeline job that we have created. Let's do one thing, let's create this job right now in front of you, right? So we'll do something like this. Click on the new item, right? And instead of choosing the freestyle now, okay, let's say hello pp, let's say hello pipeline, let me say demo. Okay, and instead of choosing freestyle, you just say I need a pipeline job now. Okay, and click on okay. Now it will basically give you one more option, which is basically you have a general information, right? It will have a build trigger, how you want to trigger this. For example, you can trigger it periodically, right? And or for example, if you enter like star dot star dot star dot 5, right? And I think it's h by 5. Okay, you can see the example also here, right? If you want to run it, there are a couple of examples, like for example, right, every 15 minutes. Okay, this is how I do it. Okay, so suppose I want to run this job as every 15 minutes. I just need to close this, right? This is the build trigger, advanced project option, which basically right now we don't have anything. Display name, let's say ABC. And now you need to run pipeline script, what you want to do. So here you will mention your stages, what you want to do exactly. You can try out some example also. If you see, it says hello world, right? And if you click on it, it basically automatically will generate you some of the syntax for you, right? You can use this thing also, which is called as pipeline syntax here also. For example, this is actually a snippet generator for a pipeline. For example, I want to run here, you will see a couple of options, like I want to run a Windows batch file. So, and this is the step I need to do. I need to start the notepad. This is actually a Windows batch command. So if you click on generate, it will basically say this is the command you need to enter here, where you need to enter here, basically like this. Okay, that you can say, that you can, for example, here if I do this, you can do basically see we have hello world, we have GitHub plus Maven, right? This is actually what we needed. We will be doing it in the next step also, that I want to run this Maven branch. I want to run this Maven project because we already have a Selenium project that we want to run, right? And post build, I need to basically archive it, and I may need to publish my report also, right? Scripted pipeline, I can do like other options also, which is basically more option available. If you see these parameters, right, these are available from outside this. Okay, awesome. So I think this is clear. So this is a demo quickly, which job I have already created. Agent any stage. So stage hello, we have one stage only, which is hello, and just say hello world, right? And if you run it, it doesn't, it basically simply, if you click on this build now, right? And if you see this, right, it will just say the hello world, that's it. Yeah, I just want to leave it, right? Successful. If you see, we have just hello world, right? And now display name, if you see, we have changed it, right? ABC, pipeline ABC, and here you would see the stage hello, and we have run it, that's it. And you can see log also, that it's a basically hello world printed, right? This is the simplest job that we have done. Now let's do one thing. Let's understand a complex pipeline also that I have created. It is Selenium pipeline I have created for you guys. Okay. Go to configuration, right? Here, what I have done is, this is general information, and build trigger, I don't have any trigger as of now. Advanced option, I can name it. I can rename it. For example, it will be like Selenium project on pipeline. So we right now are learning the pipeline, so that's why we have mentioned. And now you will see this is syntax, which is all actually I have generated this with the help of you can say this pipeline syntax. Okay, now what I am doing is, it is very simple. We here in tool section, we have just mentioned we will be using the Maven as Maven MVN basically means this MVN I have installed it. If you know this, if you are following my first tutorial, in the manage section, if you go to this manage section, we have installed Maven, right? A global tool configuration. And if you go down, yeah, Maven installation, you will see MVN is available, right? Which is Maven is 3.8.3, which we are using. So which basically have mentioned that I will be using this Maven. And now I have 3 steps, which is build step. First build step, I have only 1 step as of now. You can do it like multiple steps process also. For example, I can do like, this is step 1, step 2, and step 3. I mean, I can create more stages, I mean to say, sorry. So this is stage. I have mentioned this only in one stage, which is just building and running. It's actually build and run, if you see. Right, so what I'm doing is, this is actually the syntax, if you see, which is already available on the syntax generator of pipeline, which basically says this is the URL of the git, and this is the branch I want to use, and you have to run this command, which is ambient clean test, and this file, which basically we are running in a project, right? And after that, you just need to publish this report. And how I have generated this, you will see here somewhere around publish the HTML report, somewhere. If you want to create zip, you can do that. Yeah, publish HTML report, right? Here, if you mention all the parameters, it will basically generate for you guys, right? This thing. And I have just saved it. So very simple. I mean, this most of the syntax you will see I have generated using, and I have only one step, which is basically build and run, right? You can divide this section into fetching, building, and publishing report. You can do that in 3 stages also. Okay, build now. So you can do this, and here you will see it's building, and if you see the name is changed, right? And here you will see the name is also changed. And oh, okay, I think we have double clicked on it, so 2 times it's running. And if you see, our test cases are basically started, right? And test cases are running. This is a headless mode, that's why. And we have a published report also, right? So if you see here, awesome, right? And if you click on this full stage view also, you will see this a full view, right? What's happening. And if you click on this, you will see logs also, what's happening. We are using this, fetching the environment variable git, and this is the bash script that we have run. It's all basically mentioning everything. And here you will see test case analyzer, which basically I have added for the analyzing my test cases, right? And if you see, this is a very beautiful report, right? It was not run, 6 days pass, and all the test cases, and a couple of other options like what is the build status with the builds, right? 5, 6, build for all, what is happening with the test cases, what's happening with the numbers. And here is a HTML report also that we have added. This is a basic report. I mean, there are like 2-3 test cases which are running. Only one test case, I think it's running back to the pipeline. So this is how basically we have done it. And I hope you are able to understand how to create the pipeline job now. Now you can do like more stuff also. For example, if you have a Docker images that you want to run, right? You can introduce Docker in your pipeline stages also. So pipeline is a user defined model for CD pipeline, right? We have option of node, stage, and step that I have explained you. Node, you can choose which machine you want to run. Stages, what is the stage that you have? You can have like build stage, fetching stage, running stage. You can create your own stages also. And what is the step that you want to run? Step basically are commands, single task that you want to run. This is a traditional one. For example, build step, test step, and deploy. In the build step, you can mention your git branch, test here where we are running the MVN one, and deploy, or here you can mention reports for your testing purpose, that these are the reports. So you will have 3 stages, and you can basically test which basically is failing. So if this stage is failing, you can basically debug this. That's why it's very helpful. Awesome. And here you will see the example that it's another example which is basically doing like making testing, building the test case, running the test case, and deploying it, okay, for the particular project. This is just a sample file. Okay, I hope you are able to grasp this concept, and I hope that makes sense, guys. And thanks a lot for watching. I hope this pipeline is making sense. Task for you guys is just create the pipeline job in your local Jenkins and see how this is working for you. Are you able to run the Selenium project that I have mentioned in the video 1? And are you able to run it with the parameters? Are you able to run it with the periodically with the triggers? And those things you can try out. Okay, thanks a lot for watching this video. Let's meet on the next video, and bye. Hello bug hunters, welcome to the Testing Academy. My name is Pramod, and welcome to the Jenkins Mastery for the software testers. In this video, we are going to understand what exactly is a Jenkins CLI option, and we will basically play around with a couple of commands with the CLI. And let me tell you like why this is important. Jenkins CLI is helpful. Suppose it is helpful whenever you are running any Jenkins instance in a CLI format, right? For example, you don't have access to that machine. You have to do some CLI option, or you only have like SSH. That if you want have secure environment, you need to run a couple of commands, and you want to use command line options only rather than the UI format, right? So you can use that. And trust me, you have to know this as a fresher or as an experienced person, because these commands are really helpful if you want to do probably in future. These will be important for you guys, because that's what I think. Okay, so let's jump into the tickets, and this will be a very quick video how these options are of the Jenkins CLI and how you can use that. Okay, so let's get started. Awesome. So why we need it? Again, if you want to build a job, create a job with a CMD, which is important, right? And you can go to the local host 8080. Right now, this is the URL of your Jenkins/CLI to learn more about it. For example, right now, if you see, if you click on this manage Jenkins, right? And after that, you will see this option, which is Jenkins CLI. And here you can see lots of command. I mean, you can add a job, you can create a job, you can basically create a view, build a job, right? So these, if you click on this, you'll see that, okay, there is a particular option which are available, how you can create the job also. Okay, so I think I have one job which is pending. Okay, let me stop this. Awesome, cool. So this is Jenkins has a built-in command line interface that allows the user or administrator to access the Jenkins script via shell script also. So this is another option that you can give it a try. Awesome. You can basically create a job also, but you need a user token. I'm going to show you like how you can create that, and you can use that option to create a job also. Okay. Awesome. So let's do one thing. We have this job which is called as hello dev, right? And all the option I think available if you go to manage Jenkins, Jenkins CLI, right? Here, how you can run the build a job, right? By default, you can use this command which is called as, you can download the jar of this, which is Jenkins CLI.jar. Okay, I have already put it into this directory, so that's why it is already available, right? And you can run this command, which is java jar -s and your Jenkins URL, WebSocket build, and your job name. Okay, so let me open this thing. Give me 1 second. Let me open the terminal. Okay, so I am in the folder, and if you do dir, okay, ls, oh, dir is not working, is it? CLS, okay. Okay, so this is the command java jar. Make sure this jar file is available in the same directory. It's available here already, right? So I can use that. This is the parameter, and here I need to mention which job I want to run, right? So I want to run hello dev. Okay, and click on it. And if you see, we have 3 number available, right? And I don't know job, perhaps hello dev. Okay, so okay, job name, this is the command, I think. Yeah, right. So till 3 number it is available, and if you see 4 is done, right, which is just a hello job that I have run. Now problem is, if you see here, it is run by anonymous, right? And if you want to run with the admin credentials, right, if you want to use credentials, you just need to click on this icon, go to configuration, and here you need to get the token of yours. That's it. Add new token, generate your default token, and here you can use that token also. So I think this is already available in the Jenkins CLI command, how you can run it. So for example, to create a job, right? To create a job, you will require an authentication, because anyone cannot create a job, right? So to create a job, you need to pass the token, and how you can pass it, I think I have already mentioned in the which is basically java jar -s WebSocket auth and user and your token name and whatever the job that you want to basically create. I mean, after that, create job and the name of your job. Again, very simple syntax, right? You can do it. I have created a couple of them, so that I'm not doing it right now. Same example, right? So this is how you can use it. And for the job, for the CLI option, you can play around with this. You can create a view, you can delete a job, you can go give it a try, like how you can delete it, right? And other thing, you can update the job also. You can basically play around with the nodes. You can make them offline, online. You can set the session IDs and other, like, lots of stuff with the CLI, right? And I will highly recommend to just play around with this. And if you have any doubt, let me know in the comment. I'll be happy to help you guys. Okay, so this was a quick video around the Jenkins CLI. I hope you have learned something. This will be helpful for you guys. It basically allows you to administrate the things, right, that I have mentioned, right, that you can do that. Okay, thanks a lot for watching this video. I hope you are learning in this series of the Jenkins tutorial step by step, or I call it Jenkins mastery, where I'm adding everything here, right? Make sure you watch from the start. Okay, thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next video. Hey guys, welcome to Testing Academy and welcome to the Jenkins Mastery for the Software Tester series. In this video, we are basically going to learn about the parameters in Jenkins. First of all, we'll discuss about why they are important. We'll see a practical demo step by step how to create a parameterized job and fetch a Selenium project based on branch, environment, and other things. And after that, we'll basically use a third thing, which is extended choice parameter. I'm going to show you like how you can leverage like advanced choices parameter where you can switch between different parameters. You can use a JSON file to add your parameters in the Jenkins, right? So two or three things we will be adding. So let's jump into the video. All right, let's get started. Awesome. So let me make myself a little smaller. Okay, so this is the demo. This is basically a parameterized job that I have already created for you guys. You can choose based on the user input. You can basically choose which branch you want to put, any checkboxes, any list item, any browser that you want to choose uh, based on the selection. You can choose multi-select also if you want to run like on both environment or something like this, right? That you can do that. First of all, let's understand why we need parameters in Jenkins, right? So this is very important because this will parameters will make your project more generic in nature, right? They can help you to change your branches at runtime, environment, and other parameters while running. So this is very important. Also, you can add some logic based which command you have to run. For example, if user had put basically want to run on Windows, you can basically change the commands. If you want to run on Mac, you can change the command. If you have running on the Linux, you can change the command according to the parameters. Okay, so parameters are the most important concept that I personally think that you should know in Jenkins. Okay, awesome. So this is the demo, and let's do one by thing. Let's get, I think, so this is one job that I am creating as of now, right? So this is a journal that I have added. This is just a new freestyle job that I have added. If you haven't watched, please go to the previous tutorials of the Jenkins mastery or Jenkins tutorial step by step, where I have discussed how you can create any kind of a freestyle job, right? So here, what I have done is here we have selected the project is parameterized, and now I have added a string parameter. So this will basically fetch the branch, okay? And this is the key, this is the value. So this key and this value can be changed at the runtime. This is actually you will enter, and this is actually what I'm doing is I'm basically fetching this repo based on the user input, which branch they want to fetch. For example, they can fetch feature and they can fetch master. There are two branches available, right? So I'm giving them an option. Choice parameter, I have just given that which you want to use, which is env. Let's make it like env. This is just a default. We'll be just printing it. We'll not be using it, right? And credential parameter, for example, you want to add some parameter you want to pass, right? I'll show you in this, which will be like a required. Okay. Boolean, for example, if you this is a bid, you can use based on this couple of logics, like it's a broad build or not a broad build, something like this that we have personally used. And there is another option which is extended choice parameter that I'll show you after this. So let's do one thing. So let's see how we can basically fetch that key. So here in the source code management, what I have done is that I have basically entered the link of the GitHub repo, right? And here I have in this dollar branch, which is a key name, right? So this is how you can basically fetch the variables of string or any choice parameter or anything that you have basically getting it from the user, right? You can get it by dollar curly braces and your key. That's how you can get it. Okay. So whatever the value that you will put here, right? For example, in master, for example, if you put LOL feature or anything like this, right? This will be replaced here, right? So this will try to fetch the that branch only. And here I have just done, which is basically I'm just going to echo whatever the result that we are getting. So in the Windows, we have to use percentage. Let's save this and let's try if everything works fine. I'm going to click just save after this, and we'll do a build with parameters now, right? And now you will see we have two options, which is do you want to fetch the master or feature? So I'll just use feature. Okay. Environment I can choose like broad. So enter pass. Uh, so I can say you can use admin credentials. Okay, which is just some dummy things that I'm adding. Okay. Never. It's a broad build and just run it. Okay. Okay. Here we'll see this is running, and hopefully this will fetch all the variables right. So if you see, feature is fetched, which is important, right? And this is working fine. So feature is available, prod is available. So our parameters are basically working fine. So we are able to successfully fetch based on the parameter, which branch we have to fetch, right? Similarly, in your Selenium project, you can do the same. So in your Selenium project, which one you have to use, right? You can do that. So let's see uh, two more things. Let's go to configuration, right? And first of all, I'll be explaining you like how. So we'll be using third important plugin, which is called as extended choice parameter, right? And how you can install this, which is very easy. I think I have already shown you. Go to manage Jenkins, right? And in the manage Jenkins, go to manage plugins, right? And in the available, you will find, if you search this extended, right, extended choice parameter, and click on this and install without restart, and it will install. So I have already installed, so I don't have to do this. Here, I'll just show you like how you use extended choice parameter now. So any job, you just need to enter, for example, this one we have created, right? Parameter job, param demo, right? Yeah. So let's add this similar one. Go to, go down, right? Add parameter button, extended choice, right? Now, basically, if you see, I have added basic parameters, right? So this is basic parameter. I'm just gonna say, let's say ABC, and I can do multi-select also. For example, if you see how many parameters I want, these are like comma separated and values, their values effectively. So number of video icon items, let's say 3. Diameter is comma separated, and the values basically we can fetch like this. Okay. So comma separated 3 values will be visible. You can get it from the Groovy script also, right? You can get it from property file, but right now I'm using a value, and this is like more option which is provided, right? You can make it like a single select. You can do multi-select. You can do radio buttons. You can do checkboxes. You can do text box. You can do hidden, right? So there are multiple options. Let's do multi-select, and let's see what is the option that we are getting. Okay, right. So now we have like multi-select option. So these two parameter will be passed to the build parameter. You can use them afterwards. Okay. So this is how you can use extended parameter also, and I have shown you like how you can basically execute any by script or parameters. Three things are already covered, and I hope this section was helpful to you guys, where we have basically done how to use parameters. So now you can try out, give it a try with the project that I have shared you in the previous video Jenkins series. Give it a try, change the branches, and you can use other like parameters and list items also, right? There are a couple of things that you can try out. Okay, thanks a lot for watching this video. I hope you are liking the Jenkins mastery tutorials, and if you have any doubt, comment down below. I'll be happy to help. Make sure to give a like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Hey guys, welcome to the Testing Academy and welcome to the series of Jenkins Mastery for Software Testers. Guys, in this video, we are basically going to learn how to configure your email notification. And we're gonna see how you can send your HTML reports, your results, or anything that you want to send via email, and how you can configure the SMTP Gmail so that you can receive the email notification. All right, so let's get started. Why we need email notification, right? So these are the couple of points, like sometimes, many times actually, you have to send the results as well as whatever any kind of a HTML report that is generated by the project that you have done in Jenkins, right? You want to send the email report based on the failure as well as pass to your stakeholders. By stakeholders, I mean you have to send it to your manager, or you have to send to your director of engineering, anywhere, right? You can send that email notification via Jenkins. You can customize the report, and you can also attach failure logs as well as HTML results. So that's why it is very important to learn about it. Okay, it is very easy. The first thing you need to do is that you need a account from which you will be sending the email. Okay, so I will be using a very dummy account that I have created, and there are two settings that you need to change. The first one is go to this URL, or you can Google this around, which is less secure app access, and you have to basically turn it on, because whenever you have installed Jenkins on your local, you are basically, you haven't installed any kind of a SSL, right, or any kind of security layer. So now if Jenkins want to access the Gmail email properties, or you can say email, they want to use the email, they want to send the they want to use the SMTP protocol, right, basically your Jenkins want to use, right? So it will only be able to use it via, if it is a less secure app, because there is no SSL correction, right? So first thing first, you need to basically Google this, which is less secure app access. Okay, let me show you how you can do that. So basically, if you go to this URL, right, and let me check. Right, okay, I need to log in. Okay, so I will be logging in with some dummy account that I have created, and yeah, so you will see the similar less secure app access. So basically, you are allowing the Jenkins to basically access it. So basically, I have made it true. Another thing that you need to do is basically go to your security settings. Basically, you can go by here, like go to settings, go to your Gmail. I think there's another link that I have given, right? It's basically myaccount.com, google.com, right? So it will be my account google.com, right? And you need to basically turn off your two-factor notification, or any notification two-factor, right? Right now for this, for this one I have set it on, but you need to switch it off. Okay, and when you are done with it, now you have to jump back to the Jenkins. Okay, so let me go back to my Jenkins where we were, right? And here, go to dashboard, go to manage Jenkins, and go to the configure system, right? And here, go scroll down until you see a email client, email settings, right? If you go down, you will see here somewhere around there is a email thing. Yeah, extended email, we are not using it as of now. We are using a simple email client first, and then we'll use extended email, which is more advanced version of the email. Okay, and so go to this, yeah, so go to email notification, go to advanced, and you will see here you need to enter the smtp gmail.com. You need to enter the username and the password, right? Click on use SSL, use a TCLS. You can use the port, right, and reply to address that I have given this. So now what you can do is you can test the configuration. So I will be testing it. So let's do one thing. Let's enter the my email ID and click on test configuration, right? And you will see it email was sent, right? And let's move back to my Gmail ID, right, and see if that email is available, right? Here you'll see that address is not configured. That is fine, we can configure it, but the email is arrived, right? You'll see that you can see that 0 minute ago, right? So basically now what you can do is you can leverage this. You can send the email report. So let me do one thing. Let me go back. For example, this is our project, right? Selenium Java Maven project. Go to configuration. Now what you have to do is you have to basically send the email based on the failure as well as pass, right? So all these action basically fall under the post build action. What you have to do after the build, right? So go to post build action, and here you just need to basically click on how you can get these options is uh, yeah, give me 1 second. Yeah, add post build action, and you will see email notification, right? So I have added both of the email notification. So there is another plugin that I have added, which is called as editable email notification, right? And we call it extended email plugin, which is email exe plugin, right? Which basically allow us to customize more. For example, we can customize our subject lines, we can customize our subjects as well as body. We can customize who we need to send. We need to send for developers, bunch of developers, anything like. So we can customize a lot by using that plugin. I think that it is very easy to install that plugin, right? So you just need to basically go to this configuration and do that. So this is the email you will get, which will basically build failed in the Jenkins. For example, right now also our build is failing, right? So what I have done here in the email notification part, I have added the email ID, right? And in the editable notification also, so I have added the project recipient as well as here you can change the reply to. You can change contact type, you can change the subject also, you can change content. By default, all the values are basically getting fetched from the Jenkins, and you can attach log and all the things, right? And when you save it, so this project is failing as of now. It's just some dummy one, right? So we have built it, and if you see, it is running, right? And here we have some Maven issues in the system, so that's why it is failing. And you can see the sending email too, right? And it has sent the email also, so we can check the email over here. So we have sent to ourselves, like this email ID has sent to itself only. So here, right, you can see build failed, right? Here build is failed and all the logs are attached as well as the failure content, right? So you can basically customize according to your needs how you want to use it. So I hope that is helpful now. Again, just reiterating in a simple way, what you need is you need to basically add one plugin which is called as email extend plugin. If you want to customize more, if you don't want to do it, just go to your manage Jenkins configuration, add your SMTP settings, which I have given you in this slide. You can get this slide by sdet.live/notes. You can get these slides and notes. Enter your email ID and password, and after that, in the post build section of any job that you want to get emails, you just need to add post build section and add the email ID where you want to get the email, right? And if you're using the extended version, you can basically change the subject, body, recipient, and other things also. Okay, so I hope that is helpful. I hope you have learned how to do email notification in a very simple manner that we have done, right? Thanks a lot for watching this video till now. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Hey guys, welcome to the Testing Academy and welcome to the Jenkins Mastery for Software Testers. In this video, we are going to discuss about how to basically configure the Slack notification on Jenkins. Okay, so suppose you have a particular build, there is a particular result for it. It can be passed, it can fail, right? And you have to send the details to this as a Slack notification, right, to probably a private group or your public group, anywhere, right, that you want to know. So how you can do that, in this video we're going to discuss about it. All right, so let's get started. Awesome. So let me make myself a little small. So why we need Slack notification? I think this is very self-explanatory, right? You need if you want to report something, it can be a message pass, message fetch, build started, right? Build post, build failed, or anything related to it, right? If you want to basically give this notification in any step form, right? In this Slack itself, so that you can do that by using you can send the customized reports, you can attach a log also, you can basically share the link of the Jenkins where the build is failed or pass, anything related to it. Okay, so in this demo I have basically created a free Slack channel which is a SDET club, right? And we will be using it. I'm going to show you like how you can configure it. Okay, so let's jump to the Jenkins. Let me make myself smaller. Okay, awesome. The first thing you need to install is, I think, give me 1 second. I'll just log in to my Jenkins. Awesome. So first thing first, you need to install one plugin. Let me show you which plugin we basically are talking about. So just Google the Slack notification Jenkins plugin. So Slack notification Jenkins plugin. And here you will see this plugin that you need to install. And I think I have talked about like how you can install the plugin number of time. You just need to basically go to your manage Jenkins. Okay, let's go to manage Jenkins, go to manage plugins. and here go to available, and you can search this plugin. So basically the name of the plugin is Slack notification, right? So you just need to search Slack. So what you need is you just need to install the Slack plugin, right? So I have installed it. As you can see, it's available on the install tab. But if you are new, if you haven't installed it, it will be available on the available tab, right? Here you need to basically search the Slack, and you will see the option to install it without restart, right? I think that we have already discussed, right? So how do you test this, right? This is very important. So you have to go to manage Jenkins again, uh, go to the configure system, right? Goes down and you will see the workspace now, where this Slack option will be available, right? So now what will happen is what you want is, suppose I have a Slack group, and here as you can see I have already tested it. My results are coming, right? So this is where I want to add the notification. So this is SDET automation jobs, and this is my workspace name, right? So what I will do is, this is my link, right? I'll basically enter the workspace name and the token. So how do you get the token, which is very important, right? So to get the token, what you need is, you need to basically go to the Slack setting, okay? And here, if you go to advanced, right? And basically let me show you how you can get the token. So if you go to your SDET club Slack, right? If you log in with it, uh, and I think that link is also available if you do go to the official website here. Just go to the official website, Slack notification Jenkins plugin, open this link, and here this link, which is my dot service and Jenkins CIDT, right? If you open it, right, you will see, and if you are logged in with the correct username and password, you will see all the you can add the Jenkins integration into the channel. Okay, so here I can say I need to add this to SDET automation job, right? And click on add. You can create a new channel for notification separately also, that we have done. And here it's basically telling you to install the plugin and enter the token, okay? And how you can add the token here, and after in the post bill you have to just need to take everything, right? So similar thing we will be doing it. So basically now we have added our workspace name, which is SDET club. This is the token that I have already added. Just click on add, click on Jenkins. Here you just need to do a secret file and enter your token secret and your ID. That's it. So I have added it, and this is the channel name where I want the notification, okay? And here you can do a test notification. It basically says success, and if you see, we have a new message, which is like Jekyll plugins, you are set to go, and it is giving us a link. Okay, now to add the how we have to add this to the uh, any kind of a job, right? Which is very easy. Suppose this is the app, this is the Selenium Maven project that we are running, right? Go to configuration, and this will be your post build action, right? Because after the build you want to send the notification. Here go to post build action and click on this add build post build action, right? If you will see Slack notification. When you add this, you can basically take everything that whenever it starts about anything where happens, and you can go to advanced also, where you can basically change couple of things, right? Notify first failure, repeated, and other things, right? So I have added it successfully. Now suppose I'm running it, right? And let's see how this happens. So this is my Slack, which will give me the notification, right? So it's basically saying that started by user, right? So 92 number build is started now, and after that it will give me that okay, it's still failing. And you see I have added a custom message also, right? So how you can do that also, it's very simple. You can install one more plugin which is called as let me go to installed. I'll just show you which plugin I'm talking about. Its name is global Slack notification plugin, right? And when you do that, you can basically modify the messages, right? You have to go to configure system again, and here just search the global uh, thing. And yeah, here you can see you can customize the failure messages, success messages, and any other messages that you want to see. So you can basically customize according to the need. And there are Jenkins variable available. You can basically input there also. Okay, so if you want to add the failure number, failure count, or anything related to it, you can basically add in the global messages. And you can basically add a separate messages also by changing the configuration. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. And this was a quick uh, view about the Slack notification. And I hope this is clear now. And thanks a lot for watching till now. I'll see you in the next video. I hope this is clear how to add Slack notification and change your global Slack notification also to a particular group. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Hey guys, welcome to the Testing Academy and welcome to the Jenkins Mastery for Software Testers. I hope you are learning a lot from this series that we are basically talking about. And in this video, I'm going to talk about very interesting things related to backups, as well as how you can back up your HTML report. And there are a couple of ways that we have basically tried. I'm going to share those three details with you guys in this video. Okay, so let's get started. Awesome. Let me make myself a little smaller. And so first of all, why do you want to create a backup of Jenkins as well as the backup of your HTML report, right? So there are number of reasons. There can be like number of reasons. You need to save the result for future reference. This is like traditional requirement for our end also. You need for analysis purpose. You want to see the failure trends, and you just need to HTML report that you need to basically view in any front-end job. And you don't want to keep the older builds and everything. You just need to have a zip backup of your HTML report. That's it. You don't want to keep everything like traditionally Jenkins do, right, in the workspace, right? So that's a couple of options. So there are a couple of ways that you can do this by backing up. The first interesting thing is backing up your full Jenkins using the periodic backup plugin, right? And there are a number of ways you can back up your Jenkins, as well as your Jenkins plugin, like differential and full backup and other things. But right now we are talking mostly about the HTML reports that we have as a software tester that we want to keep it, right? Here what you can do, which we do, we use S3 plugin of Jenkins, which basically push the result folder to the S3 bucket that I can show you. Like, it's very easy to implement. You can use a custom script which will basically copy everything into a zip file and save to a particular folder if you want to do, right? So there are a number of ways that you can give it a try. Okay, so the first one is very easy, which is basically installing the periodic backup. And I think I have already installed. I have told you a couple of times that how you can install. After just need to go to manage plugin and search for the periodic backup plugin, and afterwards you will see this option in the end, which is periodic backup manager. And here you can click on configuration. You can give the directory where you want to have the backup, and backup schedule. Basically you can enter a cron. For example, cron can be you want backup after 7 day, after 5 minutes, 15 minutes, anything like that you want to add, right? You can do that. After this you can say number of backups. How do you want to do? For example, configuration, only configuration of the job you want to backup, or full backup. You can add a storage, for example, zip storage you want to do. You can add a backup location also if you. Okay, so there are the options. You can give it a try, right? So let's do one thing. Let's right now I'll just copy paste everything. For example, I just want to use the root directory as my temporary directory. Paste, right? Schedule, I think let's give every 5 minutes. Like, let's do every minute, for example. So for every minute we need to give star 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 star, right? 5 times. It's 5 times, right? Yeah. Okay. Maximum backups in the location, I want only 2 backups. Number of field, let's say 1. Okay, so it's saying error. So we backup, okay, that's it. And let's save. Right, okay, there's a particular error. Let's go to the backup manager again. Okay, so if you go back to periodic backup manager now, after doing the configuration, you can click on this backup now, and you will see this is creating the backup. And if you want to configure again, if you want to change anything like cron or anything, that you can do that here. You can restore also. When this backup is done, you will have an option to restore also, which is very similar and very easy to do that, right? And so just wanted to say, like, there are other 2 ways. For example, you can push the HTML directory to the S3 bucket also. I think which is very simple. What you need to do is you need to install one plugin of S3. Go to manage plugin, search for available, and S3. Yeah, this plugin upload the file to S3 buckets. Okay, and just click on it and install without restart. And you, after installing this plugin, in the post build section of any job, you will see an option to upload the files. You just need to enter any result directory that you want to zip and upload directly to the S3. Okay, so why we are keeping the backup, I have told you again. For example, after 21 days, I want to see the report. I don't have to go to Jenkins directly. I can go to S3 with the date timestamp, and I can directly open the HTML file and see the results. Okay, so that's how it is managed. That's how we manage, because we don't want to keep our Jenkins heavy. I mean, it should be a lightweight, and Jenkins only will have a backup of like 2-3 days. Rest of the backup is already uploaded to S3 for future references. And also we delete I think after 2 months, we delete S3 bucket data also if we want to. Okay, so that's how we do it. I think that is really helpful that we have tried. Another thing is using by scripts. You can basically zip it. You can create a batch file or any kind of a script which will basically do a backup for you guys. I can show you, like, you can say Jenkins backup GitHub, right? So you will find like couple of free Jenkins backup scripts. Okay, and that basically if you execute the command, it will basically do the same behavior, which will basically creating a backup of your directories which you have mentioned. Okay, so I hope that is clear how you can use by using a plugin upload to S3, as well as by using a script. You can create a backups of your HTML files. It is especially for HTML5, not for the full Jenkins. If you use a plugin of periodic one, it will be a full Jenkins backup, right? So that's where you can do that. Okay, yeah, that's it. I think that's all about in this video. This was a quick one, right, about the backups and all. I hope that is clear, and I hope this is helpful. I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you watch the Jenkins tutorial series where I basically added like lots of videos from start and that you can try out. Okay, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Hey guys, welcome to Testing Academy, and my name is Pramod, and in this video of Jenkins Mastery for Software Tester series, I'm going to talk about the how to clean your workspace and what are the advantages. And there are a couple of things I would like to discuss about how you can maintain the workspace clean and smoother, so that your Jenkins builds are run in very smooth manner and they don't have any issues related to workspaces as well as spaces. Okay, so let's get started. Awesome. All right. So first of all, why we need to delete or basically manage our workspace, right? This is very important. I think this is the issue that you will encounter after some time, because generally whenever we are running Jenkins, right, you will see there are lots of node modules and other dependencies of Maven and Gradle. Basically, you will keep on adding, right? And the dependencies will be keep on increasing. And so what you will face is you will face some issues related to the low space, disk issues. Your builds will become slower due to that. So traditionally we want to also delete some of the builds, right? So how you can delete the builds and maintain the workspace, I'm going to talk about in this video. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's go practical and go directly to the Jenkins, right? The first option, I think, which is very easy is let me make myself a little smaller, right? If you do go to configure, this is our job that we are running. We are basically running a Selenium Java Maven project that we have just discussed, right? It's a page object pattern project, and here you will see one option which is give me 1 second. Yeah, you can basically do this. Click this one, right? Uh, it will basically discard the old builds, and it will basically keep the builds depending upon the days that you have given, right? And there's one other option which is very interesting. Let me give you this. Give me 1 second. Yeah, this one, which is delete the workspace before the build start. Okay, so suppose you want to start fresh because you don't want to keep the older workspaces and all, you can use this option, which is delete the workspace before the build start, and you can go to advanced. And one thing is interesting here is you can basically do like you can basically add patterns, which directory you want to delete and which directory you don't want to delete. So suppose I'm fetching a GitHub repository, right, and I don't want to download the node modules every time, right? So you can basically add that I don't want to delete this node modules. I just need to delete everything apart from the node modules, and rest of the things I can get it from the Git, and I can just refresh that I want. So that you can do that with this option. Okay, and so there are another things also that you can do. Give it a try. So the easiest way to clean workspace, I think I have already shown you. Let me go to the, okay, we're gonna leave this. Suppose you want to clean the workspace, there's an option which is wipe the current workspace, and it will completely wipe out the everything from your workspace. Okay, so now you don't have anything in this project. If you do a build now, it will again download from the GitHub repository. It will start installing the node modules and other Maven dependency that you already had, right? If you see, the build is running, and if you see, we have successfully fetched the GitHub repository. Since M2 is local, so M2 related dependency were available, and there are a couple of Slack notification and other things, right? So that we have done it successfully. So it is always good practice to delete the older builds. You can do the option which is I have told you, right? Number of days. There are a couple of scripts, especially a batch file for a window and a normal sh file for the Mac or Linux, where you can delete your older builds if you want to, that we are personally using in our company also, that you can leverage. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope that is clear now, that how to properly manage or work with your workspaces, and how to properly clean them, and how you can manage them or delete the older bits if it is required based on the patterns and all. Okay, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Hey guys, welcome to the Testing Academy, and welcome to the Jenkins Mastery for Software Testers. So let's understand what exactly is a multi-branch pipeline that we need to run, right? I will explain you the proper demo, and I'll explain you like how you can, if you have a different branches in your, for example, a testing framework, or even if you have in any kind of a development Jenkins job that you already have, and you have multiple branches that you want to test it out for the build, right? How you can do that using Jenkins. All right, so let's get started, and let's see what exactly is multi-branch pipeline and how you can do that. Okay, so let's jump into it. Awesome. Let me make myself a little smaller. And so first of all, why we need the multi-branch pipeline Jenkins job, right? This is a very interesting question, and it is very easy to answer. For example, if you want to run your job every time whenever there is a new branch, which is very important, I'll tell you why. Like even right now,
even right now in our company, what we have is that, for example, there is a particular branch, for example, master branch, right? And people basically create their own branch and they want to test it out, those branches also. So what you can do is you can create this multi-branch pipeline, which can help you to whenever there's a new branch created, right? For example, if any person has created a new branch, then you can test it out in the same environment, right? So if for the pipeline, I would suggest do check out the previous video how we have created a pipeline job in the Jenkins, which is very important. And guys, this is a part of the Jenkins series where we have created more than I think 20 videos of from basics to advanced, so you can check it out those videos. It's very simple. It's just a simple Jenkins file that you need to create to basically allow, which will basically allow you to have a multi-branch pipeline. And I'm going to show you how you can create that. Okay. Uh, Oh, awesome. So, so suppose, let me give you this example. So this is a simple GitHub repository, which basically contains master, feature, and third, like three branches. Okay, master, feature, and branch, probably they have a very minor changes or the test cases number or anything which is increase or any incremental number is there. This, okay. So I have like three branches right now. What I can do is that, so basically, whenever there's a new branch created in GitHub, right, it will automatically create and run the test cases. Like if you see in the example, right, feature and master are basically created and they are run, right? So whenever I will add a new branch, for example, third or a fourth branch, it will also automatically get run also. So how you can do that, I'm going to show you in the simple example. For example, so after this, I have added third branch and you can see the third branch is added to the view and it started. So how you can do that? It's very simple. So what you can do is, for example, like, we are back with on the Jenkins locally installed, right? What you need is you need to create a new job. For example, if you look into this, right, multi-branch job, right? And let me, so what? Let me open in a configure, right? And so this is a the branch. This is the job that we are basically using, and here I have added the repository link, and rest is very it's pretty much similar, right? So let me create in front of you guys again so that you guys can understand how you can do that. So go to your dashboard and you have to click new item, right? And here you can give, for example, multi branch test. Okay, and here you need to basically select this, which is multi-branch pipeline. Okay, multi-branch pipeline you need to select and click on OK. And display name, I'll keep it as it is. I mean, there is no need for that. And here you for example, here you need to add the resource. For example, I will be adding the GitHub repository. Okay, and we don't need so example, I can add any test. For example, let's add MB test. So we don't need any resources because it's a open repository, right? And here I have added the my GitHub repository which basically contains three branches, right? And this is the Jenkins file. So now the interesting stuff, which is basically every branch that we already have, we have a Jenkins file, which is a pipeline created. If you know, we have created a dummy pipeline for this. So for this project, right now it's a rest assured project. You can have this pipeline. For example, it can include Maven project to run, right? I have shown in the demo like how you can basically get a Maven Jenkins file, which will basically will run your Maven test cases, right? If you have rest assured, Selenium, anything that you can run, which will be basically available here. Instead of echo, you will see the Maven commands rather on this. Okay, so this is just for demo purpose I have added. So every branch have this uh, Jenkins file available, right? Okay, so what will happen is that it will pick up the Jenkins file and it will start executing executing the test cases. So I'll just save it. Now you will see a very interesting thing, which is basically right now what it will start doing is it will basically check, it will go to the GitHub repository and it will check for the how many branches it have, right? For example, it was able to found that we have master, we have feature, and we have third. So three branches are found. Okay, and now what, see, if you click on the MB test, right, and here you will see all the branches are automatically added, and they are, if you see, their Jenkins file is automatically getting executed, which is very interesting. So suppose that Jenkins files contain Maven test cases, so your test cases are automatically getting executed. If you click on, if you open this, you'll see that your basically pipeline is getting executed, right? For example, first state, second state, third state, and fourth state that we have added, right? So this is really, really awesome. I mean, if you have something like this, which will basically automatically do the stuff, right? Now, interesting thing, let me show you. For example, right now I'll create another branch which is called as for. Okay, this is just for a demo purpose, and I can create a new branch from this. So I've created a new branch. Now we have a 4 branches now. Okay. So what you can do, so let's let this complete. Let me see if this is, so this is completed, right? I can do a scan for multi-branch now again. So I'll just do a scan again and it will basically start executing this, right? And what will happen is it will start executing it. Now see, it has found that okay, there's a new branch which is fourth available now, and it has start executing the test also. So this is why multi-branch pipeline Jenkins job is really, really necessary, where you have multiple branches which are getting created from master. You can test it out. So use case will be very simple. For example, I have a testing framework that I already ready in a master, and some person comes and he says, okay, I am creating a new branch which will include plus 10 number of cases, so you can use that. Someone will basically execute can basically decrease their test number of test cases, so they can have any number of branches and it will automatically will execute it every time they basically push the code to the GitHub, right? If you see, and here we are done with the fourth branches also, and all the stages will also run are already done, right? So this was an example of the multi-branch pipeline job using the Jenkins. I hope this is clear now. And guys, please make sure to like and subscribe if you have learned something new. This is a very, very interesting concept and very new concept also. And I'll see you in the next video about the Jenkins mastery for software testers and developers. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you in the bye. Hey guys, welcome to Tester Academy and welcome to the Jenkins Mastery for Software Testers. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to create Jenkins jobs, especially by using a code. Right? For example, a simple Groovy script can create the Jenkins job that you require with parameters, with mail configuration and everything. All right. So let's jump into it and let's see how you can do that. All right. So let's get started. Awesome. Let me make myself a little smaller. And first of all, let's understand what exactly is a Jenkins DSL and why we need to create any job by using code. Right? You will ask me, right? Okay, Pramod, why we need that? So first of all, let me tell you that, okay, there are number of time when you need to create jobs based on the logic, right? You need some Jenkins groove, for example, a mechanism where you can create jobs. For example, suppose you need 500 jobs that you need to create based on the couple of logics or a couple of duplicate jobs that you need to create. So how you can do that? By using the simple plugin which is called as Jenkins DSL plugin, right? So that demo that I'm going to show you in this video. So you can achieve to create any kind of a job using this by using this plugin which is called as job DSL. Okay, let me open this for you guys. This will allow you to create any job and it will basically support a simple Groovy script. I think in the Jenkins pipeline, you have already seen that how you can create a Jenkins pipeline script, right? But that pipeline basically runs the stages, right? It cannot create a new job. But suppose now you have a requirement, right? For example, you have a requirement that, okay, I need to create one job where I need to change the certain parameter. Based on the parameter, I need to create a different jobs for my DevOps, for my testers, for my couple of other machines, other people like PMs, and I have like 10 people who require different parameters. It's a very similar job, I mean to say, but there is a particular parameters are changed. So how I can generate those jobs using the code? This is very important to know for any testers also. So job DSL is basically can allow you to do that. It's a wonderful plugin for managing your builds and it can basically create the Jenkins job based on the parameter that you have basically sent. How you can do that? It's very simple. You just need to create a new job, new item, right? First of all, of course, you need to install this plugin. Go to your manage Jenkins, go to the manage plugins, and here give me. Okay, I think which is I have already installed, so I will see that in a install directory, right? Job DSL. If you haven't installed, go to this available tab and search for the DSL. Search for the DSL. Right now it will not be available for me because I have already installed, and you just need to check this box for this and install without restart. I have explained you like many times how you can do that, right? So now you need to just create a new item, right? For example, let's say test, right? And test is already test 2. Okay, we're gonna do a freestyle job as of now, and after that I need to basically add the configuration, right? So I will be adding this configuration, which is they have already told us, right? This is the this will create a example job for us, right? And here where we need to add it here, right? Give me 1 second. Where we need to add a build step, yes. Process a job DSL, right? And here use the provided script. I will provide the script, guys, for you, and the script is scroll test job. Create a scroll test job, and this is the step, right? uh, if you have seen, this is very similar to the pipeline job that we have created, right? If you remember this, right? So now this will, what it will do is let me do one thing. Let's say job scroll test, okay? And this will be a child, okay? And click on save. That's it. Build now. And so what will happen, if you see, I will have like, right? So job scroll test is created now, right? And this is created by, if you see, seed job is test 2. So test 2 is a parent. Test 2 is a parent who have created this job, right? And it is very interesting, right? Now, so what you can do is again, in the DSL script, you can add your mailing configuration. You can basically add parameters, you can add mailing configuration, you can add triggers, everything that you have seen, right? For example, last time we have created a parameterized job with the triggers and the mailing configuration in the end, right? You just need to now basically enter the Groovy script for it. That's it. And you will see some examples here in the documentation tab, or somewhere you will see like how you can basically create a Maven one. Let me show you. I think I have created one Maven job also. Where it is, job creator, right? So I have created one, and in the configuration tab, let me show you like how you can create a Maven one, right? See, this is the job. This will create an example job, and it will basically run Maven clean, and this is the POM file for this. And after that, if you need more help, just click on this API, and it will show you like how you can basically and do a trigger. You can add parameters, so you can even create the same job as a pipeline that we have created by using this job DSL, which is very interesting. I mean, this is a really handy plugin, and it is helpful for any person who's basically want to create number of jobs. For example, like 10 jobs and 12 jobs, they can create a parent job, which will basically eventually create the child job based on the parameter change or somewhere around, if they want to do it for quick purpose. You don't need to manually create the job, you just need to change it. Why it is not loading the data? This API basically will give you all the examples that I'm talking about, right? So if you know, I have discussed about how you can create a Maven job, how you can create a basic test job. This one, right? This is just a test job, right? Here you will see all the demos or code of how you can add triggers, how you can do a parameterized build, how you can run a Maven build, Ansible build, any build that you can say. So I think this one is not loading for me. I don't know why, but it will definitely. I have seen this. So here you will find the more documentation. Okay, based on that. So this was it, guys. This was a very simple example where how you can use how you can create any kind of a job using the Jenkins job using the code. I hope that is helpful. I think I have already told you like how you can install it, and this is the Jenkins demo that I have already Maven demo that I have already discussed with you, right? Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Make sure you check out the other videos of Jenkins for the software testers and developers, right? I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for joining. Bye.